fragile voice in a world of arms. Warships flow while cities shake. I push the throttle till the heavens break. I'm not a hero, I'm just the one, still chasing ghosts into the sun. An ace is only worth his name when he flies through death and flame. So sing for me when the cannons roar. Sing like peace is worth fighting for. I'll meet the storm, I'll take the lead. I'll be the shield the others need. Through the static, through the fire, I climb higher, I climb higher. With every lock and every strike, I gamble one more borrowed life. If my wings fall from the blue, let my final trail guide you. I'll become the morning light. If it ends this war tonight. Transforming steel, a pilot's prayer, missile smoke and neon air. I learned to fight, I learned to fall, I learned the sky could take it all. But past the battle line I see a dream that still belongs to me. A place where songs that live the gun and no one has to lose someone. I can hear them calling my name. Friends I lost inside the flame. They're flying with me side by side. Ghost formation in the night. Ghosts in the night. They fly side by side. Through the static, through the fire, I climb higher, I climb higher. If I disappear from view, no, I chose this path for you. Let the stars remember me, not for death but victory. I'll become the morning light. If it ends this war tonight. If it ends this war tonight.
Here we go. Never a dull moment in this place. Lovely Academy City.
All right, and welcome to the stream, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you're all doing amazing. What is up? How's it going? Hopefully everyone is doing well. I see you, man. But what is up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you're all doing amazing. Hopefully today's been a good day for everyone.
Morning cereal bowl, sugar rush power, take
I'm looking at a couple of things, just trying to clear up some stuff. But hopefully everyone's doing well. Yeah, we've got a few things on the docket. We've got some that electrician videos I need to. I still need to go back through and redo War Dogs because I didn't do that. We also have like the scout sniper. Right? Yeah. Stuff about Sriracha. We got some cop videos. There's more AI stuff that I'm like behind, and I don't have all of it. And I need to find all of the ones I'm behind on. You know, because I'm like freaking behind on everything. Oh my god, where is Octo? Anyways, welcome everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing amazing. Wow, stupid. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to... You are fucking atrocious, YouTube. I just want... I want my buddy, occultist, and you keep doing stuff. Anyways, yeah, so I've got a lot. I'm like so far behind on all the reacts. I know there's still music satire. Oh yeah, I do actually need that.
Choreography. Why do they announce every attack?
Can load it up that way. I'm gonna go insane tonight, guys. I'm gonna go insane. Everything's not wanting to work. Oh, because I lost fucking internet for a second there. Oh no, it's because I have no internet. Awesome.
Color-coded memory.
How's that still playing when I have no stream up? What? Oh, am I not live on Twitch? What's going on here? Twitch is down. Kick is up. Everything else is up. Just not Twitch. My Twitch is down. What? Oh my god, what happened? Hold on, let me see if I got banned. What is going on? Sup, Dark? Hey, nice. I don't know what's going on. My Twitch is offline. I don't know why. I may have to restart streams. Why am I not connected to Twitch? Everything else is up, just not Twitch. Why is my Twitch down? Yeah, seriously, like Twitch is just like Everything else is up and running except for Twitch. Rumble's up, Kick's up, YouTube's up. Twitch is down. Why is Twitch down? No, I didn't. I haven't gotten a notification. I have no notifications and nothing in my Gmail, in my email. Like, I have no clue what's going on. And it's not like it's gone anywhere. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Give me a quick moment, everyone. I'm going to restart my stream and see if I can get Twitch back up, because I don't know why just Twitch crashed. So give me just like a minute to restart the stream, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, that looks like I'm back up. Yep, I'm back up on Twitch. Let's see. Okay, looks like chat's coming in there and chat's coming in over here. Yes, okay. All right, cool. Looks like we're back up. What the hell, Twitch? You didn't want to reconnect? Like, Twitch just didn't want to reconnect. Everything else, like, nothing else dropped, which is the weird part. Kick, YouTube, Rumble all stayed up, but Twitch is the one that crashed. I don't know why. I'm making sure everything else is up over here. Yeah, that's so weird that Twitch just, and it's like I didn't get any notifications or anything, so I wasn't banned. Had where YouTube Premium gone. I mean, that was, YouTube Premium is expensive. So I apologize for that. I looked over, I'm like, huh, blah, blah. I'm like, why do I have, oh God, I lost internet. Wait, why do I thought I'm still listening to music, and I'm like, because I went to open something and it wasn't loading. I'm like, oh shit. And I looked over, I'm like, oh, huh, weird. Yeah. No, I get that, Holster. I completely get that. Who did they get this time? Besides, you know, the people we already knew about. Did they get someone new? They haven't gotten me yet. I expect them to. I expect I'm going to hit like 1,000, and then I'm going to get the inauthentic email. And then I'm going to tell them, yeah, cool. Oh, they did Night Owl dirty. Oh, sir, I'm not gonna lie. They did Night Owl dirty. They 100% did Night Owl dirty. Like Night Owl doesn't deserve it. Like, I get he can be abrasive and he can say shit, but you know what? He's a good person. You just screwed him. Melly, if you're the Melly, I think you are. Don't say anything. If you're in Cheese stream, if you're on Kick. Working, yes, we're working on Twitch. Again, we're all up and running. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what broke or anything, so I have no clue. But you know what? We're here now. Everything's up and running. I'm not seeing, and the weird part is like I have like an indicator. So meow. Thanks for the 10 stream streak, hun. I'm looking at like the how my bit rate's going and everything, and it was an X, so I was like, oh shit, I completely lost everything, but everything else was up and running. I was like going insane from that. Do not Twitch. Okay, you're good. So, but yeah, I don't know. Things break, and I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Well, so, but yeah, we're gonna be doing some reacts. Now that I can actually say that everything, we're gonna be doing some reacts tonight. I'm only going to probably do 2 or 3 AI music reacts today. I have to get a new list going, so people can send me like everyone, because I know I've been DM'd a few and I haven't put them on my list I need to do, so I need to do those. Before we go, more likely we're just gonna do Fat Electrician tonight. Maybe cop stuff. I don't know. I haven't decided on everything yet because reasons. Because I have to re-record one, and then I'm like 2 videos behind on him. So, but there is a specific music video I do want, or AI music video I want to watch tonight, because I've been sitting on this one for like a month. I keep forgetting to watch it, and that's musical satires one for Lord of the Intellectual. During that entire thing. Oh, that's the worst arc. Because reasons. Yeah, that is so stupid. I hate those cops. I shouldn't say. I just like those cops that where you're like, okay, blah blah, and you're being really respectful, and then they're just pieces of shit. You're like, okay, dude, I get it. Your wife's not fucking you. I shouldn't be mean, but I can't help it. All right. Oh, sorry, I was twitching weird. All right, so we're going to start off the night strong with, actually, yeah, no, strong. We're gonna do music satires, Lord Intellectual. So I've known about this one, and I've sat there, and it's been on the thing, and then I've just been so busy, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm missing something. I've been missing this video for like ever, so we're gonna be checking this out today. I know, right? I know. Proper justice. But we are going to watch the Lord Intellectual video.
Dead Tom's dead! but Dead Tom's always been dead. That's why he's called Dead Tom. Oh.
I see. we're gonna watch the Lord Intellectual video because again, this one was funny, seeing stuff come about it and getting ready for it, and then he finally got his account back, and then he lost his account. Then he got it back again. It's so funny. So this is kind of like in that vein of when he got his account back. Had to. I good. You're good. I respect it. So, all right, let's get into this one. Again, I'm just no, this one, because I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a lot of cameos. We're going to actually do this as a normal like music react video, so I'm going to pause throughout this one, talk to chat, do all of that fun stuff, just to switch it up to not be inauthentic, you know. Oh yay, window. Oh god, wind elements. Anyways, let's check out Lord Intellectual by Music Satire.
Lost the handle, lost the feed. The algorithm's got a different need.
Okay, can I also state this? Like, Music Satire does really good with their stuff, but this one and Demonetized having the like realistic human looks nailed it with like the lip syncing and everything. It's ridiculous how well Music Satire has done this one and Demonetized.
One click, two clicks, then it's gone. Left Lord Intellectual in the digital dawn. Oh, they locked the gates. They cut the line from YouTube's hills to X's shine. Yeah, the account is gone. The screen is.
I love that. That was so good. The teeth are there too. I know, right? And Music Satire made Ember look amazing, and Lord Intellectual look how I imagine him in real life. You know, good, slick back, short hair, pretty buff. You know.
But Lord Intellect's fighting back. Oh, they locked the gates. They cut the line from YouTube's hills to X's shine. Yeah, the account is gone. The screen is black.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, when the teeth like randomly disappear, or like, and again, the funniest part about like Lord Intellectual or Wild Iraqi is they're both masked characters. Null is another one. But where you don't see their mouths ever, but whenever you have them like singing or doing anything, like the mask like opens up and turns into a mouth. That one's always so funny. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? But again, like with the real life, it's really easy for the AI to just say, oh, you want this? And then it's just like, I guess everyone's just gummy, you know?
Lord Intellectual's fighting back.
I built the kingdom brick by brick. Then the bus came through, it happened quick. Suspended ban, no reason why. Just a hollow echo in the social sky. Tried to log in, saw the red mark there. Vanished in the smoke, faded in the air.
I will also state this. AI likes to do weird, funny things, no matter how much you're like, okay, blah, blah. Sometimes you just gotta deal with the prompt and be like, that's as good as it's going to get because I can't afford to try and prompt that anymore. AI hates us. It's temperamental, and you gotta be like generically specific. That's the best way to state it. You have to be generically specific.
The subs are silent, the feed is still against the platforms and their iron will. Oh, they locked the gates, they cut the line from YouTube's hills to X's shine. Yeah, the account
Yes.
is gone, the screen is black.
Yeah, if you don't know how to prompt, AI is completely dumb. It doesn't know what to do.
But Lord Intellect
why did that look like Alan Richardson? This YouTube agent looks like yeah, like Alan Richardson or whatever his name is, the guy who's been playing Reacher in the Amazon series. Again, great series. They did really well in keeping to the books and everything. The actor is like, he's one of those people. He's like, I don't see why you need a gun. Well, you're that big, and you walk up and go, you're going to put the bag down. Most people are going to be like, I'm putting the bag down. Don't hurt me. That's true. I think, yeah, that's true. Programmers are handicapping them because they probably could do a lot more. But that's a good point there, Dark. Yeah, for AI.
Yo, it's Lord Intellect, intellectual threat to the status quo. Civil discourse in a world where the algorithms want us all to blow. YouTube AI playing judge, jury, executioner in the dead of night. Locked up the channel, recovery loop got me stuck in an endless fight.
Sorry, I had to deal with someone because I've already seen that person. They were in Charles Chicago's stream and then Ember's stream saying the same thing. I'm like, oh yeah.
Ban evasion on the new one, mate. I wasn't even banned in the first place.
God, that's the funniest part is Lord Intellectual is like, okay, cool. Well, I'll just make a new YouTube channel. I'll start doing uploads on that one. I won't touch the old one, and I won't put up any of my old videos on that one. And just do that. And they're like, well, you're ban evading. He's like, but I'm not banned. I'm literally not banned. You just locked me out of my account. And like, yeah, no, we're taking that channel down because you're ban evading. He's like, and then like he also lost his ex count. Like Lord of Intellectual, poor man, had it rough, but he's back. That's all that we care about. Is we got our boy back.
Google's bots are bugged out. Putting creators in the
baguettes. Yeah, I know, right? Those damn baguettes.
Wisdom in the matrix code. I'm not going quietly. Watch me reload and explode the whole node. From airing cosplay games to lifting iron in the real world grind. Built this presence brick by brick. Now the sensor's trying to steal my shine. Polarized world needs voices that actually use their brain, not echo chamber enforcers driving everyone insane. X tried to cut the line. Email lockout had to migrate quick, but I'm back, secured the handle. Now the content's flowing thick. Big tech thinks they own the game, but the people got the power. Lord Intellect rising up. Woo! This is our finest hour. I built the kingdom brick by brick. When the box came.
I will always state this: cars and AI don't mesh like driving. Like you can get it to work good, but sometimes it likes to just do weird things. Again, I think it's just like programming. It's not registering how a vehicle should run or how it should move, and it doesn't understand that concept.
Through it happened quick, suspended ban, no reason why. Just a hollow echo in the social sky. Tried to log in, saw the red mark there. Vanished in the smoke, faded in the air.
Yep.
The subs are silent, the feed is still against the platforms, and their iron will.
This one is so good. Music. Sorry I took forever to get to this one. I apologize. I have been running myself ragged for over a month. I keep like it all piles up and then I forget about like half the shit I'm supposed to react to. So I feel bad. I really do, because I was really looking forward to this one, especially because like I think Lord Intellectual is a great guy. He really is. He's very much he tries to take the middle road as much as possible and explain both sides as much as he possibly can, which I think is a great way. He's not one side or the other. We know like where he leans, but he tries to keep a very good composure and just stay like, I see this point and I see this point. I think he was talking about, I watched his video that of him reacting to Smugglana about, you know, the VTubers that like to show their buttholes. And he explained, he's like, listen, I have cosplay friends that I got them to start doing OF because of how they look and everything. But he approached it in a way where it wasn't like, hey, I'm being a sex pest about it, but more of, hey, financially you could do this if you're willing to do this, and giving them the pros and the cons to it and convincing them to do it in the proper way of going, this would be great. You could actually make decent money and you could do this as long as you're being consistent, this, and you're not doing 1,000 men in 24 hours. You know, doing one partner or just being solo, whatnot, but doing it in a way that, you know, would benefit them where they know, hey, yes, this is going to be out there, but it's nothing obscene or over the top. You know, I'm like, that's how it should be. How you could approach it, where it's like, oh, that makes sense. Does anyone have to agree with that approach and that site? No, absolutely not. You don't have to. But how he explained it, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That's a good way of approaching it versus, I mean, you're hot and I just want to see you naked, so post your news online, I'll pay you money. That's completely different. Like, that's the different stance he's doing. Hey, I'll support you, but I'm only going to give you a little bit of support and kind of push you in that direction if you choose to. If you choose not to, I respect that too. You know? Yeah. Or you don't have to show your face. You don't have to do certain things. You don't have to go like full on. You could do full frontal nudity and it's like, okay, cool. And be like, especially since they're cosplayers, you can like that. Anyways, I need to get off that topic because that's a topic for a completely different video. Maybe we'll react to Smugglana's video one of these days. But thanks, Music Satire, for this one. I'm sorry I went on a tangent there. But again, you did an amazing job on this one. You really elevate the game for AI, and you and like eyebrows and grumpy whiskers and holy ball and tutti credits. I've got so many. You know, you guys keep elevating and elevating and elevating, and it's amazing. It really is. Oh yeah, you could just do modeling. You could do cosplay models, like lewd cosplay models where you're not showing anything, but putting yourself in suggestive positions in a cosplay outfit, or it's damaged gear, stuff like that. You could do so many different ways of doing it, and it be sexual, but it's not full on porn, you know. Like, I think I was in Rose's stream a little bit listening to that last night and going, oh yeah, blah, blah, yeah, blah, blah, doesn't that. Like, you can do things in a respectable manner. And I think that's a big thing. And again, doesn't mean, you know, he's a sex pest or anything. And it really does mean, you know, he's looking at it and talking to them in a more respectful manner of, if you do this, cool, you have my support. If you don't do it, cool, you still have my support. You know, you can't, you gotta give it up to that. Now, my girlfriend, I would never have her do that, not because I don't think she's beautiful and because she's not attractive. Very attractive, very beautiful. But That's mine. That's my body to look at. None of yours. Sorry. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yeah, you're not. I'm trying not to say that word because Twitch doesn't like us, like streamers saying that. If I was only on Kick and Rumble, I could say it all day long. I know. All right. Anyways, we gotta get into this one because Skybrow's dropped a video like a week later. I was just complaining. I'm like, or you know, man. Hopefully, it doesn't take a month. Hi, cat. Why aren't you up in my lap? Why are you bitching at me? I'm working here, sir. So either come up onto the lap so I can be a Bond villain, or stop annoying me. He is my tech support. Anyways, Skybrow's popped out a new video. This one I think he's been teasing for a little bit. Which was X-Men stuff. So this one I'm going to just do a normal React version of pausing throughout this one, checking it out, talking about it as we go through, because I don't expect anything like particular in this. That would be I don't expect cameos of the Sky Bros crew. No. But I do want to check out X-Men stuff. So because my cat is as skinny as he is a fat cat. All right, anyways. So he starts off with Rogue. He sees Rogue a lot. Just saying. He really has. I'm guessing Emma. Magneto, nice. Okay, Professor X, and it looked really cool. Not gonna lie. Sorry. Magneto's shot here, this is awesome, but Professor X? God, that is so X-Men. That's so 90s X-Men look for Professor Xavier. I love it. I love it. And Mystique looks amazing. Damn. Okay, Cyclops is going hard. Yeah, okay, you know Skybrowse is as old as me. He put Jubilee in this. He's using like the 90s models like character designs, and he even put Jubilee in this. Holy cow. Okay. Ooh, Storm looks good. Let's go, Wolf. Oh, that Jean. That Jean goes hard. I'm sorry, that Jean goes hard. That Jean Grey goes hard. I love it. Yeah, the music's good too. I know I'm pausing a lot during this one, but I'm just saying. Okay, Beast. Beast looking good too. He everyone looks amazing. That's not Hulk. Who is that? Why am I not thinking of who that is? Also, amazing shot for Rogue. Psylocke versus Domino. It could have been. That could have been Juggernaut. Yeah, that's a good point. Hold on. Let's go back. Yeah, okay. I can see it being Juggernaut. Yeah. Then we got Psylocke versus Domino. God, he made Psylocke look so good. Okay. I know I said Jean Grey went hard, but Gambit? Come on me. Oh, Gambit's going. Big guy was Juggernaut. Nice. Thank you for that, Dark. Oh my God. Mon ami. Ooh, you're looking good. Oh. Sorry, that Magneto just... He's hottie. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That also goes hard. That Magneto goes hard. Is that Kitty? That's Kitty, isn't it? Yep, Kitty Pride. Okay, now it's Juggernaut. Now it looks more Juggernaut. You mother... I'm sorry. We have to go back. Listen to the music. Sorry. Specifically listen to the music. I'll shut up for this, like, a little bit. All right, Skybrows. Guy, you're a madman. I love you. But it wasn't triggering until the moment the violence hit. I'm like, oh shit, he's actually using, because I'm like, man, it'd be really cool if the entire time we've been watching this, I've been pausing. I'm like, it'd be really cool if he used the X-Men theme. Not thinking about how the music was, and then as soon as that violin hit, I went, oh. 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 Anyways, I want to go back. I just love this Juggernaut versus Rogue. It goes hard too. Like, this entire thing goes hard. I love how it's Domino versus Psylocke, and Domino's missing all of her shots because she doesn't have the luck to hit Psylocke. He does so well with his prompts and how to make everything work. Like, it's ridiculous. That's kind of a funny. As much as it's like, oh yeah, there's AI messing up. Technically, it's the really fucked up part. If you pause certain animated films at the right points, you would get something like this very easily. Yep. So I think Skybrows is a big fan of Psylocke and Rogue. What do you guys think?
On August 2nd, 2020.
Hush, you. Boy. Yeah, extreme. Just slightly. Is either, yeah, I know, right? But yeah, he did so well. Pink Pim was just tucked in her round. This was actually amazing. He did so well with this. He did so well with this. I love it. Skybrows, keep up the amazing work. I love it. If we're getting like short, sweet ones like this, and it's like every week or every other week, I'm cool with it. They don't need to be grand. If you want to do like a big grand one or like once every couple months, cool, and you just get these short, sweet ones out, I'm down with it. I'm down with it. I'm always down with it. But yeah, that was extreme. Yeah, Skybrows killed it. I love it. I love it. So I just want to get rid of get everything off of
On
the watch list real quick. I have this one from Grand Prix West Cruise. This is his newest one, which is a Crimson Veil or Red Veil one. So you know where that is. Down with the X, yep. But actually there's one I need to do. Really? Where's Bloop's channel? The fuck? You're gonna make me go over to X, find Bloop's channel. Fine. Wow. X, please. Foros. Is it Foros? Her Twitch. Where is her YouTube? How's one? Bloop, you make it impossible to react to your. For YouTube. Damn. I forgot the underscore. I can't really say much. My YouTube's fucking impossible to get to. Especially from the from my ex. So. But anyways, so the next video we're gonna check out is on the Bloop's channel. It is Mr. Steal Your Man. This was actually done by her husband Hyde. So we're gonna have to smack Hyde. We're gonna have to smack Hyde. Right now, I'm gonna need to hate this man more. No, I love Hyde. He's a good guy. Oh no. Is it? And we're going to do pause throughout this one. So we might do a full listen to it, but we'll pause throughout this one. The Pied Piper. Oh, what's his name? Oh God, what's his name? He's been following both of us on. I can't remember his name. Oh my God. He's someone newer that's followed, so I don't remember his name. Granted, I don't remember his name, but let's be honest.
He walks in like trouble with a sweet old grin. Got a look that says,
Hey, there's Apothic. Right? Oh God, did I just say his name wrong? I think I said his name. I'm sorry.
Then he pulls your man and you don't check for the ring. You don't ask who's beside. He just
There's
leans in
Crystar.
close and it changes their mind.
Honey on the tongue that's low.
Riz potion used with caution. 2 credits here.
Calm stare, one soft laugh and they're already there. He moves like a spell over any room by the time.
No. It really is going to be Mr. Steal Your Man. He drank the Riz potion. He drank the wrong Riz potion, though.
You blink, they gone with the
Psycho and Chi.
Mr. Steal Your Man.
Mr. Steal Your Man.
He can hypnotize with one little glance.
Oh no, he killed Psycho. Hey, Runya. How's it going?
Mr. Steal Your Man.
Mr. Steal Your Man. If
See,
his
no.
eyes on you,
You ain't got a chance.
My vampire brother, no. You guys don't know, Chi is technically a part vampire. He's a vampire demon. If you didn't know, now you know. Chi, no. No, you've lost to hide.
if his eyes on you,
Oh no, Moonbee's been captured. Oh no.
Got a chance.
he got a natural.
Well, there's Feeble. Oh yeah, he's just Chiquito. Yeah, he is now. The music's really good.
He don't
Good old Feeble.
tease. Makes the toughest ones go weak in the knees. Says,
Well, sorry, Shiver, you lost your man.
come on, darling, like it's no big deal. Then your whole front row starts acting unreal.
So what? We got Kivox, Pseudo, and that's not Solence, is it? What is that? Why not? Why not, Runya? Hyde's not going to steal me away, okay? She knows me better than that.
He don't run, he don't chase.
He just sets the scene like a piper dancing through town with the tune so clean.
If your hand's in his, he don't let go.
Oh no, he proposed Zucchini.
If you're taking off free, he still moves slow.
Never mind, he just went with the meme. Oh god. That meme can never die. There is potions way too powerful. Way too powerful. Ah. I have a high resistance. We'll just say that. I have a high resistance.
Glance, one smile, then it's over, babe. Everybody knows.
Okay, now if he did what he did to Brewer there, gave me a glass of whiskey and a cigar while raising me up, you'd lose me. Sorry. Sorry, love. You'd lose me. Happy not to be in. Yes, I know. I am happy. Because I don't think I think they would have tagged me. Or Keen's going after him. Oh no, both human and pasta form. That was hard. Both human and pasta form pasta had been rizzed. No, not eights. Hide. Yeah, I know. Keen literally had two eyes for hide. Oh, I love that eight. It zooms on in on eight's eye, and this is his thought: is hide in a maid outfit. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm dying.
And the whole damn squad starts drifting in like where you been, where you going, twin? No lock on the door.
That the other one of the other darks and Silas.
Can hold that charm, no ring on a hand can block that arm.
Oh no, he got dot. Oh, poor Sloppy. He got dot. He got dot.
He walking slow, then he takes the room like a buttered seal. He's super smooth.
Not visuals, I think. Is like why this is. Hide what? Steel 2 battery? I know, right? Hello, Clovey. Clovey. Jesus, this needs a part 3. Oh no. Oh hey, Toll.
He can hypnotize with one little glance. Mr. Steal your man.
He just reverse Uno.
Hypnotize with one little glance. Mr. Steal.
He just got reverse Uno. What the fuck? Never mind. I don't blame you, Clovey. Oh, David, no. You got Roboticus.
Watch out, he'll take your man.
What the fuck? Hide, what are you? So lewd, I know, right? There's more. Oh no. The Rizker strikes again. Toward the Rizzlers. The Rizzer strikes again. Authorities to Rizzed to respond. I'm trying to translate. Used to speak is rough.
You know what? I don't get the hype around this Hyde guy. I mean, he's just married to the blue. and suddenly everyone thinks he's hot stuff? I don't think so. What?
Poor Eustace. Poor Eustace. All right, hide. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm afraid Hyde's been given too much power, and he's becoming scary. He can't keep getting away with this. Okay. I need a palate cleanser. I need something. I just had to what? Huh? My brain's broken now. Oh, you know what? You know what? Sam, oh God. Damn it, Hyde. Damn you, Sam Hyde. You can't keep getting away with this. You know what? No, I need a palate cleanser. I need a palate cleanser. I need to learn about something. We're going to learn about sriracha. We're going to watch a Fat Files video about sriracha. How's that sound? Yes, I love it. Great, great.
I'm slowly coming to accept the fact there's absolutely nothing I can do without falling into a rabbit hole. I quit eating hot sauce like 10 years ago, went and bought a bottle of my old favorite hot sauce, and it tastes different, and now I'm reading appeals from the 2nd Appellate Court District of California.
Oh, there's going to be a story to this. It sounds good, hun. There's going to be a story to this. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Sriracha. Okay, like 10 years ago, it used to be my favorite hot sauce, and then one day there was some huge shortage of sriracha. Nobody could get it. There was like a drought or a lawsuit or something, and the only place you could find it was on eBay for like $300 a bottle. It was insane. So like a normal person, I switched to a different product and haven't really looked back since, and then 3 days ago, I got a wild hair up my ass for whatever reason that I wanted some sriracha. The drought or whatever was causing it to be messed up 10 years ago is probably over, and I could probably just go to the store and buy a bottle of sriracha, so that's what I did. So I go, I find it on the shelf, I find what I know to be sriracha, you know, the green little cap with the squeezy bottle with the chicken on it, and then right next to it is like 5 other bottles of hot sauce that are all claiming to also be sriracha.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
She became a meme. So bad. She was on everything. Seriously. That lady was. Also, yeah, I didn't even think about it because I never cared much for sriracha for the longest time. That's because the white boy in me was like, nope, spice, too much. And now that the Filipino side started coming out more, it's like, spice? What? Lava?
Okay, that's weird. Usually, like knockoffs, you're allowed to knock off a product, but you have to like call it something different. You can't just be like, I'm gonna make a knockoff of Coca-Cola and call it Coca-Cola. You're gonna get sued into oblivion. Why is the term sriracha not trademarked? But you know what? Doesn't matter because I know what the real sriracha is. So I grab a bottle of cock sauce, I go, I check out, I take it home. Because I know what the real sriracha is, so I grab a bottle of cock sauce.
Error note, what the fuck? YouTube reviewer note, a term for chicken. P.S. Proof is in the post credits. Okay. I saw the text come up. I'm like, what the fuck?
I go, I check out, I take it home, I eat the sriracha. This is not sriracha. I don't know what it is. Doesn't taste the same. Okay?
Yeah,
it's been 10 years.
100%.
My taste buds have changed. No, I'm fat. An elephant never forgets. I know what sriracha is, and that shit's not.
That's not true, Nick. We all know you're not fat. You are scarily built. Nick is not a fat man. even after all of his workout injuries.
Sriracha. Okay, something's gone horribly wrong and I need to figure out what it is. My initial thought was, okay, over the course of the past 10 years, some investment firm, some venture capitalist group bought out Sriracha, added a bunch of preservatives, changed the recipe, made it worse so they could improve profit margins and make a bunch of money, and ruined a perfectly good product. Per usual, that's probably what happened. Then I look into it. I was wrong. It's way worse. Let's just get to the ad. I'm upset.
Mom.
Oh my.
Hey, Dad. Mom wants to know.
His oldest came in. Mom, hey, Dash. Why you don't? That's why you don't hire child actors, even though they're his children.
Why there's 50 of these in the kitchen?
It's a long story. Just tell her I needed it, okay? Just give me that. Fine. Anything else?
So she doesn't know why there's 50 of the hot sauces in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, neither does the audience yet. We're getting to that part.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, we got to tell them the whole story first.
But tell us why there's 50 of those hot sauces in the kitchen.
I will, but you got to watch the whole video. Now look at the camera and say, delete me.
Delete me.
Perfect. High five. Love you. See you later. This video is brought to you by...
I love how the youngest is like pointing at a completely off script. Hey, but what about this thing? What's this? Dad, hey. Dad, hey. I love them.
Delete me. Okay, super simple, straightforward business model. You give them money, they turn around and make sure the data brokers aren't selling your personal information on the internet.
Delete me.
Okay, what does that even
Use
mean?
code
I'll break
Pat.
it down for you. All right,
Man.
everything that
Or
you use, or
electrician,
pretty
sorry.
much everything that you use on the internet that's free isn't actually free. They're turning you into a product. You see, pretty much anytime you check that little box that says I agree to the terms and conditions, what you're allowing that company to do is harvest all of your personal data. They turn around, they sell it to data brokers, and then the data brokers turn around, throw it up for auction for companies to bid on so that they can target you with hyper-specific ads 24/7. But when you have Delete Me, they monitor all the big data brokers, and anytime you're
I will state this again. I do use Delete Me. Delete Me is a great product. Everyone, if you want to get your data off the internet, or most of your data off the internet, I highly suggest using Delete Me. It does cost a little bit of money. I think it's 130 a year for a single person, and then you can add, I think it's $20 for like 3 extra people. Definitely check it out. Also, if you use code electrician at your checkout, you can get 20% off. And I'll even move my happy ass over here. You guys can see. Use code electrician. Go give Nick more money by actually using his code and using a product that actually works, because I get like almost no spam calls. I get some nowadays, but I have to go through and update stuff. So
your personal information pops up for sale on one of their websites, Delete Me automatically fills out an opt-out request.
I am not surprised about that, hon. The Philippines, they're kind of based. They also are kind of messed up, but that's besides the point. Trust me, I know. They're awesome and suck at the same time.
Which they legally have to abide by and stop selling your information. And then Delete
If
Me
a hot
continues
sauce
to
is not
monitor these
scorpion
sites in
peppers,
case they acquire
okay.
that
I
information
get that,
again,
Dark.
they will resubmit the opt-out request again. Simply put, a subscription to Delete Me is what actually makes everything that's free on the internet truly free. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I've been using them since before they were paying me to talk about them, and I'm going to keep using them after they quit paying me to talk about them. If you want to give it a try, I'll have a link and a discount code down below.
Yes.
Let's get back to the video. All
Yes.
right, we're just going to take it from the top. Our story begins in 1975. The communists take over Vietnam. Living inside of Vietnam at this point in time is a 30-year-old man of Chinese.
Fucking Vietnam. No, America did not lose Vietnam. We made them sign a treaty. We won the war. Our fault that 3 years later, the communists decided to attack after they had signed the treaty. So we didn't lose the war. Fuck off.
Descent by the name of David Tran. And as far as I can tell, David Tran is just a normal...
No way his name's Tran. Oh no, oh no, we're going down a rabbit hole. We're going down a rabbit hole. The guy's name is Tran. Where is it?
He is a man of action. He is a man of honor.
Who is that?
He is a man of duty.
Are you talking to me?
Here comes
Dr. Tran. Sorry. Sorry, rabbit hole. Sorry, rabbit hole. Had to.
Dude that has a hobby of making hot sauce in his free time. Okay, ethnically, he's Chinese, but he was born in Vietnam. He spent his entire life in Vietnam. He's Vietnamese by all accounts, okay? But the communist government, over the course of the next couple of years, starts adopting anti-Chinese policies, and eventually he is forced to flee his home country of Vietnam and board a ship with 3,000 other
But by this time, China was, I mean, no, they hadn't gone full. They were like, I don't get communists. They're all retarded.
Vietnamese people of Chinese descent, and that ship's name is the Hoi Fong. Now, the Hoi Fong is supposed to be taking all these people to Hong Kong so they can be refugees, but Hong Kong at this point in time is being run by the British, and the British are like, no, we're not fucking taking you. So they're stuck out on this ship for over a month, not knowing where they're gonna go, and finally America steps in and is like, it's fine, bring them here, we'll take everybody in as refugees. So now David Tran, at 33 years old, finds himself in California, doesn't speak English well, if at all. He's here through absolutely no fault of his own, and he's got to figure out how to make a living, and the only thing he's got is hot sauce. He doesn't need to speak English, he doesn't need to have technical skills, because everybody appreciates a good hot sauce. If he can make it and sell it, that's going to be how he makes his living. So that's what he does. He starts making his hot sauce, and he's literally refilling old baby food jars with a spoon and funnel with this homemade hot sauce, and then hand delivering it on a bicycle to restaurants and anybody else that'll buy it. And the dude is
That's commitment. I like that. That's commitment.
just working his ass off doing this. He's working 18 hours a day. There's even a story that one of his kids tells later in life that when they were a baby, he would work for 18 hours a day making this hot sauce, and he would have all the, juices and everything all over his arms, and he wasn't even able to hold his kids when they were babies because he smelled so much like pepper and hot sauce it would make the kids cry. Like, it's impossible not to love and respect this guy. Like, dude is just forced into the worst situation imaginable, has to move to a foreign land where he doesn't speak the language, and just works his ass off and does everything he can to provide for his family. And it works. His hot sauce becomes like a cult thing in LA, and by 1980, he buys a 5,000 square foot warehouse where he ramps up production. Okay, do you understand how impressive that is? Like, I'm gonna say it a little bit slower. He moved to California, doesn't even speak English in 1978, and by 1980, 2 years later, he buys a 5,000 square foot warehouse in LA, which is renowned for having cheap real estate.
I love that. Multi-family home for sale. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,080 square feet. Now you guys can't see it. On 3,350 square foot lot. $830,000. I think that's too small for, yeah.
Okay, this dude is a complete badass. Okay, so he gets this new factory up and running. Once he does that, he adds a couple of new flavors, and one of them is going to be based off of a Thai-style hot sauce known as sriracha. Sriracha was the town that this style of hot sauce was originally invented in, so he just calls it sriracha. He slaps a chicken on the bottle because that's his zodiac sign, and then puts a bunch of Chinese shit all over it, and he calls his company Hoi Fong Foods, named after the ship that brought him to America. Okay, just so we're all on the same page, a Vietnamese guy flees communism, moves to America, starts a hot sauce company, takes a recipe from Thailand, puts it inside of a Chinese branded bottle, and then sells a shit ton of it to achieve the American dream. I love I love everything about this story. It's the most American shit ever. From here, over the
I know,
coming
right?
years, Sriracha becomes outrageously popular. At this point, he probably should have trademarked it. Couple of problems. One, you can't really trademark Sriracha because the word Sriracha is just the name of the town the sauce was created in. It'd be like somebody trying to trademark the word Los Angeles. You just
Yeah, and Sriracha is Sriracha in Thailand. I actually don't know Thai. So I don't know if that's even correct. The American dream, yeah. Move here with nothing, build a dream.
you can't do it. So at this point, most people would be like, okay, we're going to give it a different name so that we can trademark it. But David Tran is like, no, we're calling it Sriracha. I don't care. If you want to make another hot sauce and also call it Sriracha, that's fine. I'm still going to win because my shit's better. He's just a complete gangster about the entire thing.
Patents for the week.
Okay, another $1 into the reasons you should love David Tran jar. Like, that is the best attitude on the planet. Like, I'm going to beat you not because my lawyers made it illegal for you to compete with me. I'm going to beat you by just beating you and outperforming you and giving the customer a better product.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's respect there. I'm not going to trademark my thing so you can use my name, and then I'm going to murder you as competition. Like, you won't stand a chance. That's a big dick move.
And while that is a great attitude to have, great attitude alone isn't going to make a great product. A great plan is, and David Tran has that plan. Hoi Fong Foods is going to make their sriracha by using fresh, locally sourced ingredients. He is buying red jalapeno peppers from local farmers, having them picked in the field, taken straight to his factory, and turned into hot sauce the exact same day. Is that cost effective? Absolutely not. He could probably make way more money, have way better margins if he was buying a bunch of shit from overseas that was dehydrated, thrown into a barrel and shipped across the ocean, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to have it fresh, and he wants to support the American economy. He literally says he locally sources everything that he puts into his hot sauce as his way of giving back to America for bringing him into this country as a refugee. Okay, impossible not to love this guy. Comes to America, works his ass off, does not compromise on morals whatsoever. Like, I'm gonna do the right thing, I'm gonna create a superior product, I'm gonna support my people, and I'm gonna fucking win, and that's exactly what he does. Fast forward, by 1988, he's selling so much hot sauce that he's having trouble sourcing enough red jalapenos to be able to keep up with demand, and a local farmer, Craig Underwood, the owner of Underwood Ranch, hears about his issue and writes him a letter, not an email, not a text message, doesn't give him a call, writes him a letter that literally just says, and I quote, "Do you want me to grow you some peppers?" To which David Tran is like, hell yeah, grow me some peppers. I need a lot more peppers. So Underwood Ranches starts planting these red jalapeno peppers. And because the ranch is so close to his factory, they're actually able to pick the peppers, put them directly onto a semi-truck, drive them straight to the factory, and within 6 hours, they are turned into hot sauce. And this is
That is impressive. I'm sorry. Period, end of story. From being picked to being bottled is 6 hours. All right.
This is what makes sriracha so good. They're using the freshest ingredients possible, not a bunch of dehydrated shit that they can buy from anybody. So sriracha explodes in popularity even more. Okay, and it's worth noting, he's not even trying to market sriracha. The product markets itself. The sriracha has never spent a single penny on advertising or anything else. It's just like, you try it, you like it, you buy more, the end. That's David Tran's entire business model. I create a superior product, the customers will come to me. And it works. Sriracha starts hitting mainstream. It's getting sold all over the United States, at which point sriracha does start getting some backlash. There's interviewers and reporters asking questions like, hey, why don't you make it a little bit milder? Some people say it's too hot. To which David Tran responded, and I quote, "Then use less. Hot sauce is supposed to be hot. Duh."
Based. Seriously.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, the relationship between Underwood Ranch and Hoi Fong Foods goes on in a conventional sense for like the first 10 years. Basically, Underwood Ranch grows some red jalapeno peppers. They sell them by the pound to Hoi Fong Foods. That's how it's normally supposed to go. And by the end of that 10-year period, Underwood Ranch is supplying 95% of all the red jalapenos to Hoi Fong Foods. And Hoi Fong Foods is accounting for approximately 25% of Underwood Ranch's business. The problem is sriracha is getting more and more popular by the day, and he needs more red jalapeno peppers, and he wants Underwood Farms to grow them because they have a great relationship. So he goes to Craig Underwood and is like, hey, I need you to grow more red peppers. To which Craig Underwood is like, hey, look, you're accounting for 25% of my business already. That's probably too much for diversity. Like, if I lose you as a client, I'm gonna go out of business. I can't risk growing more of, you know, my available land on these red peppers because it's just too risky. I can't do it. Go ahead and buy some red peppers from somebody else. I'll keep supplying you as much as I possibly can though.
How about no?
But David Tran doesn't take no for an answer. He's like, no, you grow the best red jalapeno peppers. I need you to do it. You're the best at it. Here's the deal. Rather than you footing the risk of having to grow these peppers and then me buying them by the pound, I will pay you up front for every acre of these peppers that you plant. Meaning that David Tran is now footing the risk of if there's a drought or, you know, a famine or there's a bad crop, whatever, the fault and the risk is no longer on Underwood Ranches. It is now on Hoi Fong Foods, which is a deal that Craig Underwood just can't turn.
Yeah, you can't. That's a deal. You'd be stupid to turn down that deal. You're supplying. They're like, no. You plant more. I'll foot the bill. So if we have a bad crop, then it's on me, not on you. That's where's the base button? Based. Seriously. That means that's a good partnership to have, you know?
Down, so he agrees. And from here, as far as I can tell, they shake on it, and that's that. There's no contracts, no nothing. Underwood Ranches over the coming years converts all of their farm into just growing red jalapeno peppers for Hoi Fong Foods. The entire thing is one crop for one client on a handshake agreement. And you know what? It works like a charm. And now that Underwood Ranches is only growing one crop, they start to become experts in growing red jalapeno peppers. Him and his right-hand guy, a guy by the name of Roberts, actually develop and build a harvester so they can harvest all of the peppers with a machine rather than sending people out into a field to pick them by hand. And this goes on for years. Craig Underwood and David Tran actually become really good friends.
Holy cow. That's you become so good at something, you know how to make it work perfectly. That's amazing.
They watch each other's kids grow up. They're going to each other's houses for holidays. Everything is perfect. And then by 2007, David Tran has a meeting with Craig Underwood and is like, hey, you need to make your farm bigger because I'm going to need more peppers because I am buying a new factory that's going to be 600,000 square feet. Okay, and if you don't know, acquiring more farmland is not a simple process by any stretch of the imagination.
Especially in California.
Pretty much anywhere in the United States, but especially in places like the Midwest or California where real estate is notoriously expensive. But from Craig Underwood's perspective, this is, you know, not just a business acquaintance. This is my homie. He knows where I live. He knows my kids. We've been working together for 20 years at this.
Part of that sounds like a threat. He knows where I live. He knows where I live.
Point, if he needs it, I'm going to get it done. Underwood Ranches invests millions and millions of dollars and acquires 1,800 additional acres close to the new Hoi Fong Foods factory so they can keep supplying them. Now, presumably some of that land was bought, but a lot of it had to be leased. And when you lease farmland, you're leasing farmland for decades at a time. Nobody is leasing farmland for like a year or a couple years at a time. It's like, no, you're going to sign a lease and you're going to be on the hook for this lease for the next 30 years, which is extremely risky for Underwood Farms, but he's betting on sriracha. This thing is blowing up, it's selling everywhere, and he's been with this guy for 20 years. It seems like a sure thing. Okay, and if you weren't around or you don't remember, in like the 2010s, sriracha was absolutely everywhere, right? Like they were putting sriracha on hats, shirts. Lay's had a potato chip sriracha flavor, and David Tran got paid for none of that, by the way. He could have probably sued for trademark infringement, not for the word sriracha, but for the use of his rooster logo, but he never did because he just viewed the entire thing as free advertisement, which it absolutely was. Like if you're in the hot sauce aisle looking for a new hot sauce, you're like, oh, I've seen 7.
Again, I always state, like, I wasn't, again, when I wasn't always a big fan of hot sauce or anything, so it was like, yeah. But, you know, now that, you know, I do hot sauce, I went from, like, no hot sauce to, like, 10,000 skulls. Like, there was no in between, so sriracha's not hot enough for me.
17 hipsters wearing a sriracha hats and sriracha shirts, and there's sriracha cookbooks.
The sriracha's about 5,000.
I'm gonna buy fucking sriracha. So Craig Underwood goes through with it. He acquires all this new land, fronts millions and millions of dollars, puts himself on the hook for decades for this farmland, but everything's gonna work fine because sriracha is not going anywhere, and for years it goes great. The new 600,000 square foot factory opens up.
Habanero are hotter
is at full
usually.
tilt, making red jalapeno peppers. They are growing 100 million pounds of red jalapenos a year, delivering 50 to 60 semi-loads every single day to Hoi Fong Foods.
Spicy.
And despite this scale, they are still going from picked off the plant to turned into hot sauce in like 6 hours. Hoi Fong Foods is now a billion-dollar company selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of hot sauce every single year. And
That is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount of hot sauce.
Underwood Ranches is, as far as I could tell, the largest red jalapeno operation in the world. And at this point, sriracha is continuing to grow at 20% revenue year over year, which is insane. These two men have literally made something incredible off of nothing more than a handshake agreement and both working their ass off. And then it all goes to shit.
What do you mean?
According to the court documents,
and here's where it goes to shit. Yay. I love that. According to the court document, well, shit. Okay, no, you don't have to worry about that. I only do it on certain meals, so it's probably going to be something that I put on and be like, okay, cool. And then it's that.
in approximately 2014, David Tran wanted to give his sister-in-law, who was working for the company, a big raise, but he felt that his wife and son, who sat on the board, wouldn't approve it. So David Tran came up with an idea that he was going to make a new company on the board, who was working for the company, a big raise, but he felt that his wife and son...
His son here looks so pissed. He's like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. You're fine, hon. You don't have to make me. I just need my hot sauce. That's all.
who sat on the board wouldn't approve it. So David Tran came up with an idea that he was going to make a new company and just give the company to the sister-in-law as a way to get her to make more money. And that new company was going to be called Chili Co. And Chili Co.'s entire job was going to be acquiring red jalapeno peppers and ingredients for Hoi Fong Foods. And that was going to be that. That's how he was going to pay his sister more money. Okay, I'm going to say that again, but slower, so we're on the same page. David Tran has just elected to hire somebody who presumably is not qualified to take over the operation of acquiring red jalapeno peppers, which is not even a job that needs to exist because he has one guy that gets him all the peppers that he needs on a handshake agreement. But for some reason, we're going to interject this person that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to try to acquire the peppers that they already fucking have. Okay, I've said this a million times. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Everybody's making literally billions of dollars selling hot sauce and growing chili peppers. Just don't touch it. Leave it alone. Continue making money. But that's not what somebody that's a new hire that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about is going to do. Absolutely not. Chili Co. starts looking at the numbers and they're like, well, you know, actually, we could buy these dehydrated chilies from China and they would only be $300 a ton. So I think that Underwood Farms should try to compete with these dehydrated chilies from overseas.
Which is not good because now you're paying, it's cheaper because it's dehydrated, but you're not also now paying for shipping cost. And then, like, you know, nowadays, or for a little bit, tariffs, you know, you're paying for outside. So in the end, is it going to be cheaper? Maybe like pennies on the dollar. Not enough to really like change, and then the quality is going to change. There's too many variables. Sorry, if you're going to do something, you don't do something stupid.
While he's supposed to also deliver brand new fresh chilies that are picked and then turned into hot sauce in 6 hours, while he's growing them in California of all places.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
So Chili Co. goes to Craig Underwood.
Okay, there we go. That's a good clip there. That's a good clip right there. That's a great movie clip there. Yep. I agree.
And is like, hey, we could get this competitor's chilies for $300 a ton. We want you to be able to sell your brand new fresh chilies and deliver them to us with your semis for $500 a ton, to which Craig Underwood is like, absolutely not. It literally cost me almost $700 a ton just to grow these things. That's not possible. At which point the appropriate response would have been, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm an idiot. Forget I said anything. Is that what they did? Absolutely not.
But that's simply not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
The next year.
Yeah, you literally have a good thing going. Don't fuck up the good thing. Why would you fuck up the good thing?
In 2015, Chili Co. pulls Roberts, aka Craig Underwood's right-hand man that helps him run his entire farming operation, aside and tries to hire him away from Craig Underwood. Roberts declines and kind of attributes the entire thing to a miscommunication.
He's absolutely right.
Around the same time, David Tran gets a hold of Craig Underwood and is like, hey, can we fly a drone over your farming operation? We just want to, look at the crops that are growing, which is weird. He's never done that before, but also, like, drones are new. I've been working with this guy for 20 some odd years. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, as long as it's for, like, your personal use or you just want to look at it, like,
yeah,
that's
because
fine.
greed.
Go ahead. So,
exactly.
Fong Foods, David Tran.
Because his sister doesn't know how the business is running, and then she got in his ear and went, hey, we could make more money if we just do this instead. Or, hear me out, my business partner and best friend who helped me build this knows better. But, Yay! Twitch loaded the stream. Hi, Runia.
Flies a drone over, records all this footage of their farming operation,
Twitch has been
and then nothing seemingly ever comes of it. Then, 2016, Craig Underwood is on vacation out of the country. They know that, so they have Roberts come to the Hoi Fong Foods factory, where the Chili Co. head and David Tran basically sit Roberts down and say, hey, we're starting this new company, Chili Co. You're gonna work for us. Not asking him to work for them, pretty much telling him, you work for me now, to which Roberts is like, no, I don't. I've been working for Craig Underwood for 2 decades. That's my guy. I'm not leaving him. They get super pissed. They then turn around and are like, okay, well, we could still buy this stuff from China for $300 a ton. You're going to sell us your stuff at $500 a ton, or we're going to go elsewhere. They literally can't sell it to you at $500 a ton. It costs them almost $700 a ton to grow this shit. So
sorry, Runia.
That price delusional.
Everyone can see you.
The entire thing just
over
by
on
going
Kick.
From paying by the
I know
ton to the
Kick
original agreement of,
give me a lot.
Pay you for every acre that you plant, because it shifts all the risk back onto Underwood Farms, and now they're
Dark, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Listen, we have to repeal the 19th. Listen, women have been suffering for too long. We need to end women's suffrage. Okay, I didn't get banned on Twitch.
screwed because they only grow jalapenos at this point and they're stuck. So in the coming months, Underwood Farms tries to negotiate a new price with them, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So by the 2017 season, he's not able to plant any jalapenos. So there's no jalapenos in the ground. There is now a massive gap in the supply chain that's going to have to be filled somehow. So Chili Co. goes about trying to buy peppers from everybody else that they possibly can.
Listen, Runia. Happy agrees with me. I'm sorry, love. Even Dark agrees. So you're gonna have to beat a couple of us up. We'll accept it. It's fine. It's because we like you and we like lupus. So fine.
Because you're never going to believe this. Nobody has 100 million pounds of fucking jalapenos lying around, and it's really hard to find that many.
I am stunned. Just stunned.
So in an effort to...
Dark agrees with me. So. And we like you and lupus, so. That's it. Is it? That's true. And then Happy will agree with me. No, it's a joke. It's, we need to end women's suffering or suffrage because they've been suffering for too long. It's just a joke. Don't glare at me. I'm an innocent person.
Help find
Some
that.
days.
They give all the drone footage of all the proprietary techniques and technology and all the intel that they had gathered through espionage to all the other jalapeno farmers without Underwood knowing.
This is bullshit.
So essentially, Underwood Farms is basically dead in the water, and they're on the hook for all these thousands of acres of farmland that they leased for the next like 20 to 30 years.
We're
Like,
just joking
they're gonna
around
go
right
out of
now.
business. While that's going on, Chilico and Hoi
Also-
Fong Foods are getting jalapenos.
Runa, don't overexert yourself, please. I have to tell this to Happy too. Not to. She insists on staying up till I go to bed, and it's like midnight for her. So I already know it's like late for you, like really late for you.
From anywhere and everywhere else that they can, which means the quality isn't that great. Some of the peppers are picked too early. Some of them are dehydrated.
Yeah,
They're having
you know,
to use
it's
green
almost
chilies instead of red jalapenos.
morning.
It's a giant fucking nightmare, which leads to the hot
The sun's
sauce
almost
tasting
come
different,
up.
looking different. It's like a burnt orange color. People are mad that the sriracha doesn't taste like sriracha. Nobody knows what's going on. So now, presumably, Hoi Fong Foods is also financially hurting. So they just start digging through all their accounting, and they're like, actually, we think a couple years back, I think we overpaid Underwood Farms like $1.5 million. We're going to take them to court and sue them, so they have to give us $1.5 million, and that's going to help with our financial burden.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Okay, and I cannot stress to you enough that this is probably the dumbest fucking idea imaginable.
That's true,
Okay,
Dark.
I've been threatened with
That's
quite
true.
a few lawsuits in my day, and I have avoided all of them by saying one simple statement back to their lawyers, and that statement is, okay, sue me, I would love to go to Discovery with you. Because Discovery is this magical part of the judicial
Yeah, you realize, like, a lot of people don't realize when you sit there and you sue someone for monetary, you have to go into Discovery, and their entire and not even just financial, like monetary, like if you ever sue someone, you go into Discovery. Discovery will tell you everything, which means if I sued someone and they're like, cool, I'll see you in Discovery, and I have nothing to back against, I'm screwed. I'm going to end up paying them more money. Now, on the other hand, if I sue them, they go, can't wait to see you in Discovery, and I start laughing maniacally, that probably means they're going to be like, oh shit, oh no, oh fuck. What's up, CDR? How you doing? First time you made it into the stream. How's it going?
process where both parties have to come to the table with all of their evidence, and you can subpoena and get all of their internal records and figure out exactly what was going on, which presumably is exactly what happens. And when Chilico and Hoi Fong Foods have to turn over all of their
You doing
shit,
well?
oh, it becomes very apparent that they have been plotting for at least 3 years to screw over Underwood Farms, at which point it goes from them suing Underwood Farms for $1.5 million
That's good to hear.
Underwood Farm suing them for $23 million.
Oh, wait, hold on. How'd this play out again? Sorry,
To
I got
screw
distracted.
over Underwood Farms, at which point it goes from them suing Underwood Farms for $1.5 million to Underwood Farm suing them for $23 million and winning in court.
It was
Ow. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. That sucks.
perfect.
And this is what caused that magical time like 10 years ago, 2016, 2017, where nobody could find sriracha on any shelves anywhere. And if you could, it was like this weird different color. It didn't taste the same. It was all because it wasn't the same. The whole thing with sriracha was they had fresh red jalapeno peppers that were grown in California in a particular part of the world that were plucked, transferred to the factory, and turned into hot sauce in 6 hours flat. It was literally a multi-billion-dollar money printing machine with a beautiful backstory with two hard-ass working men on a handshake agreement that built a fucking empire together, and the entire thing was harpooned by one stupid it's great.
I think Nick went on a rant there. See, I enjoy it nowadays. Like I enjoy hot sauce now more nowadays. When I was younger, I didn't, but that's because I'm Asian, and the older we get, the hotter our food has to be. So
It's pure greed. Like,
Yeah.
why? Everybody was winning. It wasn't broke. Why would you try to fix it? You've got some moron that didn't build this company whispering in your ear like, oh, yeah.
We all have mansions. We're all rich as shit, but you can have a little bit bigger mansion and be a little bit more rich if you fucked over all your friends.
And then you blew up the entire thing. Congratulations. So yeah, that's why you couldn't find sriracha on the shelves 10 years ago. And that's why the sriracha today tastes a little bit different. Oh, but you know the funny part? You know what Underwood Farms did after they won the $23 million lawsuit with sriracha? They turned around and started making their own sriracha, and guess what they called it? Fucking sriracha, because you can't trademark the word sriracha. So now, made with Underwood Farms with the actual chili peppers, you can get Underwood Farms sriracha, and I'm gonna be honest, it tastes very similar to the original sriracha, but it's a little bit spicier, and I kind of like it more. So
I will have to try that one.
I found my sriracha.
I'll have to try that
I wish
one.
I could tell you what the next video is going to be, but who knows what rabbit hole I'm going to fall into next.
Nick's rabbit holes are scary. I'm not going to lie. Nick's rabbit holes are scary. His rabbit holes are scary, and there's a reason why Happy and I will never go to a Planet Fitness is because of Nick. Because yeah, his rabbit holes are scary. Scary. Rooney, if you need to sleep, go get some rest. Please. I appreciate you coming by, but your health is more important. It is. Again, the entire thing with Fat Files, I've already stopped recording. His entire thing with Fat Files was, hey, I'm going to go through businesses and just talk about businesses and like random things. Like, actually never watched this one. You know, the deadliest drink ever, Liquid Death. I love Liquid Death. Arizona tea. Spirit Halloween. My son worked at Spirit Halloween. Burger King, which, you know, is a troll. Little Caesars, which is amazing, just cheap, easy pizza that is not super tasty. Sleep is for the weak. I mean, I get that. Coca-Cola. Oh, yeah. Oh, where is it? Was it this one? Oh, yeah. Modern art being a psyop. I know I watched that one here on YouTube. Cocaine hippos. Yeah. Like, that's all Fat Files is him going down. Even though he pit this on both. Okay. Weird. What did it? Huh. Subway being a bad franchise. Yeah, you just gotta make sure you take care of yourself. Yeah, I love Nick. He's so good. All right.
Please stop talking!
You made Dr. Tran the legend he is today by mindlessly attending over 30,000 of his hit films. Operation Dr. Tran. 3, 2, 1, Dr. Tran. Oh shit, it's Dr. Tran.
You go home now!
It is.
Sorry. I need a little Dr. Tran. Yes. All right, everyone. So this is going to be a re-recording because I need to redo this one because so this is what happened. I went to record this one. We recorded this. We were live, but I was getting a lot of like errors. What I didn't realize is my capture card was up when there was nothing capturing, but it was recording in the background and it was causing issues. So we're going to re-record and redo this one, which is America's Top Dog, Sergeant Stubby and Chips. I also haven't watched this since it came out like 3 weeks ago, so I don't actually remember the story at all. So we'll see what happens. See, and this is why I'm telling Harble that she needs to make sure she rests, because I don't need her waking me up in the middle of the night thinking she saw something, me grabbing the gun and shooting a raccoon, because then I'm gonna feel bad. If it's mountain lion, that's a different story. That's technically free game as long as it's on the property or attempting to attack me. I know you do. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's talk about dogs.
Video in a while. Today we're talking about America's top dogs, probably the most famous American war dog of all time, Sergeant Stubby from World War I, and America's most decorated war dog of all time, Chips from World War II. Now, this is normally the part of the video where I have like some hook to draw you into the story so you want to stay and watch the entire thing, but I'm not going to do that because let's face facts, I'm talking about adorable guided missiles with teeth, and I know you're going to stay anyway.
We all love our fur missiles, okay? Fur missiles are amazing.
So let's just get the ad out of the way and move on. This video is brought to you by Supremacy World War.
Okay, Supremacy, World War III, I don't care. This is actually the one time I'm going to skip an ad, because Supremacy is cool. Don't care. Not my type of mobile game. Fluffy missiles, yep, fur missiles. We love our fur missiles.
To give you an advantage in the game, and then if you get caught, you end up having a PR nightmare and all the people in your country get pissed off at you. This can lead to civil unrest, insurgencies, or a drop in your morale. The only thing that can make this more realistic is if they add a government PSYOP option where you can offer a government contract to Taylor Swift or Kim Kardashian to come up with a new scandal to distract everybody so nobody actually cares. So yeah, go check
Aliens.
out Supremacy World War III. You can use the QR code on the screen, or you can check out the link in the description below.
Fire.
Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in 1917 on Yale University campus in New Haven, Connecticut. America has just entered World War I. Why? Because the Germans have just committed the cardinal sin that always gets America involved in military conflict.
They touch the boats. You never touch America's boats. We're really possessive about our boats. You don't touch them.
They touched one of our boats. That's what I want to tell you, but technically, that's not true.
I can't lie!
You see, the Germans had used submarines to sink the RMS Lusitania, which was not an American ship, but it did have 128 Americans on board.
Close enough. Counts. Nuke them.
That were killed. Obviously, this pissed off a lot of people, but technically, they found the loophole. They didn't touch one of America's boats. We can't go to war. Them's the rules, apparently. So Woodrow Wilson just like gives them a stern talking to and is like, hey, don't do that anymore. And then nothing happens. Okay, that was in 1915. Okay, fast forward 2 years later, 1917, World War I has been raging on for almost 3 years at this point, and America still has yet to be involved.
1917, that's it. As far as I know, my grandfather was born a year prior. We know he was born potentially around World War I. We don't think he was younger than what he was. So he could have been born from 1916 to 1906. Because the Philippines didn't have good records before 1920. Just saying.
Great Britain comes to the American government and they're like, hey, we intercepted this telegram between Arthur Zimmerman, who's representing Germany, and the Mexican government. And this telegram basically says, hey, Germany's going to start blowing up American ships again, which means America's probably going to join World War I. When that happens, do you want to go ahead and go to war with America also? Then you could retake Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico, and it would take some pressure off of us. And the American government's looking at Great Britain like, really? Did Germany really say this, or is this a British trick to try to draw me into your European conflict over here? I'm not sure I buy it. And then Arthur Zimmerman comes out of left field and tells an American reporter, basically, no, I said it and I meant it. And America can only have one response to that.
Yeah, that's lock and load, boys. Lock and load.
Huh?
So America joins World War I, but the problem is America doesn't really have a military right now. I mean,
we don't
they have a military,
we didn't have
but it's
nukes during
small,
World
it's
War
tiny,
I, but
it's not some big force that they're going to send over into World War I and have a meaningful impact. So they have to raise and build a massive army. To do this, they start training people to join the army wherever they can, including college massive army. To do this, they start training people to join.
You're putting a lot of trust in that recruit not to fucking stab you. I'm saying that is a bayonet attached. That's a lot of trust. I'm going to move my happy ass back over here. I'm just saying.
In the army wherever they can, including college athletic fields like at Yale University, where they're training the 26th Infantry Division, aka the Yankees. It's basically basic training. They're going to teach how to march, they're going to teach a rank structure, how to salute, all that stuff. And then when they do actually get to the part of, you know, here's a rifle, here's how to use it, they don't even have enough rifles for everybody. So most of these guys are training in firearms while holding like broom handles and sticks, imagining that it's a gun for training.
I mean, typical male fantasy.
It's a wooden gun.
Yay, you're back. Sorry.
And one day, while they're doing this, a stray dog shows up. He looks like, you know, some type of dog. Looks like a bull terrier.
CDR guy hit with the
so
ads.
Obviously, he has some kind of owner somewhere. But, you know, it's a dog. They're petting the dog. They're hanging out with the dog. They don't really chain him up or put him on a leash or try to keep him because he's missing his tail, which implies that he has an owner or somebody that cares about him. But the dog just kind of never left. He just kept hanging out with the guys of the 26th Infantry Division. And then eventually, Corporal James Conroy becomes the dog's caretaker, names him Stubby, and he becomes the unofficial mascot of the 26th Infantry Division. So now Stubby's just hanging out with the boys while they're training all day on Yale University
Stubby's a good boy.
campus, and eventually he starts trying to do what all the other guys are doing, right? He's one of the boys, he's one of the homies, so he starts marching in formation with these guys, and eventually he figures out how to salute, and not just like on command like it's a trick for a dog. Stubby can salute on command, but he can also figure out like, oh, if an officer walks in the room and everybody else stands up to salute, Stubby sits down on his butt and then raises his hand to salute also, and he salutes anybody that salutes him. And this
Aww. Stubby's a good boy. He's a good boy. Like I said, I love cats. Cats are my jig. I like having cats. But small dogs, like terriers, Jack Russells specifically, or big dogs, like German Shepherds, those are like the two, really, that I will keep around. As long as they're cool with cats. Will state I did have a German Shepherd and I had a cat. They didn't get along, and then the German Shepherd cornered the cat. German Shepherd found out why you don't corner the cat. And then I had a buddy's pit bull attack Sully, corner Sully, and that was the last time that pit bull ever fucked with the cat. Because Sully didn't have front claws, but he could box. And man, could he box. That cat could hit. That cat caused bruises on my arm. I'm just saying. Sully could box. Anyways.
Goes on for months. Just Stubby's one of the homies. Everybody loves him. And then by September of 1917, it's time to ship off over to France, at which point, obviously, they're not going to be able to take this dog with them. So Corporal Conroy has, you know, the Disney kids movie moment of like, go on, boy, get out of here. I can't take you with me. They then all hop on the train, and then they're going to take that train out to a naval yard, get onto a ship, and then head off to France. And Stubby didn't listen. He snuck onto the train as well. So now Stubby's at this naval shipyard with him, and the guys of the 26th Infantry are like, I mean, we can't just abandon him here in unfamiliar territory. I guess he's coming with us. Now the problem is the Navy's not about to let a dog onto their ship. At least the chain of command of the Navy's not about to let a dog on their ship. But the man in charge of Stubby is Corporal Conroy, and Corporal is an E4. He's part of the E4 Mafia, so he goes...
Yeah, never underestimate the E4s. They will get shit done for you. You just got to bribe them right. You know? You look at your E4s. What's up, Emerald? How you doing? Yeah, you gotta look at your E4s and you gotta bribe them right. You just sit there and go, yo, can you get this done? And then they look at you and go, there's a 12-pack in it for you. And then they're like, you want it done clean or do you want it done fast? Yes. They get 2 12-packs. Deal.
over to the naval E4, hits them up and is like, hey, we gotta smuggle a dog onto your ship. And the Navy guys are like, fuck yeah. They hide Stubby inside of a coal bin, smuggle him on board, and keep him hidden the entire voyage to France. They make port, now they gotta smuggle him off. So Conroy just grabs a big overcoat, stuffs Stubby inside the overcoat and is holding him, and just walks right off the ship while a bunch of the other guys are like running interference, trying to crowd around him not to make it obvious.
Who's the ugly old brother?
Say hello to Grandma.
Somehow it works.
That's so good. And then using that's funny using that Scooby-Doo.
They managed to keep him hidden for a couple of days, but then one day the chain of command walks inside of the tent and there's a fucking dog in the tent, and he's like, why is there a dog here? You guys can't have pets. And Stubby reads the room, sits down, and salutes this officer, and the officer's like,
Nick lost it there. Nick almost lost it there. You can see it.
You guys can't have pets. And Stubby reads the room, sits down, and salutes this officer.
He literally started losing it, raising his hand, trying to. Nick was losing it.
Officer, and the officer's like, I'm going back home in a couple days. You guys are getting a new chain of command. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see this. And he leaves. A couple more days go by and the new chain of command shows up, and the word on the street is he's a complete hard ass. His name is Colonel John Parker, aka Gatling Gun Parker, a machine gun expert and combat veteran from the Spanish-American War. And you got to remember, all the guys in the 26th Infantry Division are all.
By the way, machine gun from the Spanish-American War, that means he was using subpar water-cooled machine guns. Those were not really good. Some of them were actually, but some of them were not really good and jammed really badly. And usually were the first ones taken out, just saying.
Like kids that just got out of high school that have been training on how to go to war with literal sticks and broom handles. This guy is terrifying to them. They're really worried about what's going to happen. He might take Stubby out of the tent and shoot him on the spot. They have no idea. Okay, full transparency, we don't know what happened between Stubby and Gatling Gun Parker, but what we do know is that apparently Gatling Gun Parker absolutely loved this dog, and all the guys that wrote about Stubby after the war said that Stubby was the only soldier that could talk back to him and get away with it.
There's an epidemic in the Nethers. It's best we know about it.
Gatling.
Oh my God. I do remember talking about this. The fact that he used clips from Equilibrium is so great. Hun, we need to watch Equilibrium. It's a dumb action movie. It's a good movie. It's a more futuristic version of 1984. I think you'd enjoy it. Yeah, the puppy knew what to do. He knew he needed to be cute but stern with that commanding officer.
Gun Parker has officially co-signed. Stubby is now staying, and all the boys are going to go into more training in France, and this time they're finally actually going to get guns for the first time, which also means Stubby is also going to be subjected to gunfire for the first time, and the first time he hears guns go off, doesn't even flinch. Which on one hand is really impressive for a dog, but on the other hand, that's Stubby's entire MO. I'm sure the first time a gun went off, he just kind of looked around like, okay, the boys aren't panicking, I'm not going to panic either. This is normal. Moving.
Yeah, that's really good, because most animals, the big thing is with a lot of animals is they have a hypersensitive hearing. So guns going off is actually, it hurts their ears a lot more. So for a dog to go, hey, no one's panicking. Okay, I don't need to panic. This hurts, but it's fine. Good. That means the dog has a level of intelligence to go, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. And understand, I don't panic. I stay calm, and I just try and do my best to listen. Dog's going to be deaf by the end of a war, but that's besides the point.
on. After they finish training, they get shipped off to the front lines, and Corporal Conroy gets selected for recon duty, meaning he's going to be the one sneaking around the front lines, trying to get eyes on the enemy, know how many troops are where, know where the enemy trenches are, absolutely everything, and Stubby's going with him. Okay, now a couple things happen during this period. Stubby comes to understand, okay, Germans are the bad guys, the ones that smell like sauerkraut and speak German. Got it. He knows they're the bad guys, but because he's on recon duty with Conroy, he also goes all over the place. He's not just standing in one trench around the same 5 guys all the time. He's getting shown off to all of the Allied forces. So now pretty much everybody knows about Stubby. They know who he is. Everybody loves him, but he also gets exposed to French and British people, and Stubby fully understands who's French, who's British, who's American.
Okay, so he knows Americans smell like freedom. He knows French smell like baguettes. And he knows that the English smell like beans on toast. Got it. Cool.
Who's German, and he knows that the Germans, as far as he's concerned, are the bad guys. This goes on for a little while, and then on March 17th, 1918, Stubby has his first run-in with mustard gas. Now, according to the popular story that you see reiterated on like Wikipedia and a bunch of articles, allegedly Stubby was wounded by mustard gas and ended up in the hospital. As far as I could tell, that's not actually true, and it's not true because prior to this, Corporal Conroy and a French lieutenant had a custom gas mask made for Stubby, so while he was
That's funny. That's cute. Stubby had his own little gas mask, so he didn't have to deal with the mustard gas. That's good. The mustard gas will fuck you up. It will fuck you up. Yes, he is.
Mustard gas, he had a gas mask, and as far as I could tell, he was never actually injured by it. So that's good, and even better than that, Stubby is a really smart dog that recognizes patterns and acts accordingly. So after being exposed to mustard gas for the first time, presumably from his perspective, there's a really high-pitched whistle from the artillery coming in, and then they land, and everybody freaks out and puts these masks on. Well, not all the humans can hear this high-pitched whistle as soon as a dog can, but Stubby can. So from that point on, every time he hears the high-pitched whistle of incoming artillery, he starts barking like, what the fuck are you guys doing? We're supposed to be putting our masks on right now. And he ends up being the early warning system for his entire section of trench, so everybody knows to put their gas masks on, which I cannot stress to you enough is a humongous deal, because when you're dealing with toxic gas, breathing in one breath is, you're done. Seconds actually matter. So even Stubby giving them a couple second lead time to be able to pull their mask out and get it on their face is huge, and probably saved a ton of lives.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Mustard gas fucked up a lot of people. Like, you could survive it if you were on the outskirts and you didn't have a mask on. If you're in the middle of it, if you didn't have your mask on, you were dead in seconds. It was not a mustard gas. Yeah, like even nowadays, mustard gas. Granted, our gas masks nowadays, you're fine, but because mustard gas isn't getting into it. But back then, like, if you weren't like well covered and you just got a little bit in you, you were down for months, possibly, if not dead. So like mustard gas was no joke. It's still no joke, but you know, it's a lot more people know how to hear things, but I don't know. There's some people that be like, oh, what's that? Oh, what? Oh, it's just, oh, they're just tear gas. There are some people I wouldn't mind. Never mind. Anyways.
But Stubby takes it a step further, right? You have all the dudes on the line up in the trench manning their positions. They all hear the alarm go off. They don their gas masks. But a lot of guys are still back in these underground bunkers where they're sleeping or eating or doing whatever when it's not their turn to man the trench. And because the poisonous gas is heavier than air, the gas can settle down into these bunkers. And if you're sleeping down there and you don't hear the alarm go off, you're probably going to wake up dead. So every time there's a German...
I'm just going to shut my eyes for a few minutes. It's going to be fine. Oh, God, I'm looking at the... Oh, shit.
gas attack, Stubby would bark. They would set off the alarm. Everybody would don gas masks. And then once that was happening, Stubby would go and run into all the bunkers and make sure that all the soldiers inside the bunkers were also awake so they could don their gas masks. And there was multiple accounts of soldiers that had been woken up and saved by Stubby. Because of this, Stubby was never tied up or put on a leash or tried to be restricted in his movements. He was pretty much allowed to roam around the front lines and do whatever he wanted. Whenever he wasn't with Conroy, he was hanging out with random soldiers, he was keeping people company, maybe he was saving lives, but he just kind of got to come and go as he pleased, and at some point or another, he got a habit of going AWOL. Stubby would just kind of up and disappear, nobody knew where he was absent without leave. He was off doing his own thing on his own little personal side quest. But
like, it's dog, so that's a little bit better, but I've known some people that have gone AWOL and gotten pretty lenient punishments. I've also known people that have gone AWOL and gotten harsh. Like, they didn't get kicked out, but they were like 30 days in a hole type thing. Going AWOL. Like, you don't go AWOL. Animals, it's a little more, people can be a little more lenient, but I'm just saying, you don't, if you're in the military, you don't go AWOL. If you go AWOL, you're asking for it.
nobody really cared because he always came back, and as Conroy later put it, he always showed back up clean and sober, so whatever. But then one day, Stubby didn't come back, and it was way longer than he'd ever been AWOL before, and eventually, after days, everybody just kind of presumed that Stubby'd been killed. And a few more days go by, and
thinking about it, I know that he tries, but you think about it, it's like he goes AWOL and then he's gone longer, and then going, you're like, oh god, no, my dog just died. Like, that's just rough. And especially if you're like, he's the platoon mascot and everyone knows about him, like, that's rough. That's hard.
Still no Stubby, and the entire regiment in that section of the trench is just, Stubby was everybody's dog, and everybody's acting like their dog died. And then a couple days after that, there's this French unit coming through their AO, and one of the 26th Infantry guys, not Conroy, just one of the random guys, but obviously well aware who Stubby is, sees that a French lieutenant has a dog that looks an awful lot like Stubby on a leash. So he grabs some of the boys and they go over to investigate, and sure enough, it's Stubby, at which point he politely informs the French guy, "That's my fucking dog." And the French guy says, "No, it isn't. It's my dog."
Oh. Rule number 1 of warfare: don't touch America's boats. Rule number 2 of warfare: don't touch America's dogs. That's just, that's not safe.
Now, to be completely transparent, I've got a pretty good idea what happens next, but I can't state it as a fact. But according to the historical record, the French were then threatened with disciplinary actions if they didn't turn over the dog.
You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I will fuck you up!
Yeah, rule number 3: don't touch America's barbecue, especially Southern state barbecue. Also, don't get in the middle of Southern states barbecue, because there's a battle always going on, and you don't want to be in the middle of that. You just agree. If you're not from a Southern state that does barbecue, you just agree that it tastes good. Unless someone from one of those other states is nearby, then you agree that it tastes good, and you look at them like, yours is better though. It's how you keep yourself from getting your ass kicked. I'm just saying. But there is one that's more superior. I'm not gonna say which one, because I'm smart and I like breathing. The South has, it doesn't matter where you go in the South, the specific Southern states that do barbecue well, they know who they are and they do amazing barbecue. The North doesn't do barbecue. I live in a middle state, so we just kind of, that's the best way to put it. I'm not gonna say it. But there's one specific one. I will state this, and it's not Texas that does it just right, like perfectly to my tasting. Like Texas has some good barbecue, but it's not on par with certain states.
So yeah, the French went ahead
Just
and
saying.
surrendered Stubby over to the 26th Infantry Division, which is just, you know, foreshadowing for the next World War. So Stubby's back. He's going on recon missions with Conroy. He's hanging out with the boys on the front line. He's being the early warning system, and then they...
I won't say it because there's still 2 areas that do amazing barbecue. And those two areas are always battling out. Now, I will state, when it comes down to Mexican food in America, the Tex-Mex, you can't go wrong with Texas. Texas has the best Tex-Mex out there. The same. Sounds good, bro. Things will swing by. Texas has some amazing Tex-Mex that you cannot. No one can deal. I have great Mexican food in my state, but that's because my state actually has some. We have the good street vendor Mexicans because they love us here, which is weird, but yeah.
teach him how to kill rats. Again, seems like something minor, but it's actually a huge boost to morale because the rats were just making everything absolutely miserable living inside of these trenches. You're in close quarters with all the guys. Everybody's getting sick. Everybody's cold. Everybody's hungry. And then you've got these big ass rats that are the size of house cats running around. And these rats are carrying lice and fleas, and the lice and fleas are just making everything.
That's just atrocious. I couldn't. Oh, I would hate it. I'd be shooting the rats. I'm not gonna lie. I see a rat coming in, I'd be like, no, blam! Fuck you. Am I gonna get more fucking lice and fleas because of your fucking plague ass?
Thing about life miserable. Here comes Stubby to kill all the rats. From here, the 26th Infantry Division gets orders that they're going to be going and moving to a different section of the trench where they're going to be relieving the 1st Infantry Division, and they're going to do it under the cover of night, not wanting the enemy to know about their troop movements, what units are where, so on and so on. So that's what they do. They do everything at night. They try to be sneaky. First morning they're there. The Germans have a big ass sign hung up that says, "Welcome 26th Infantry Division." Obviously, the Germans know that they're there. Probably not a good thing, because the Germans probably assume that that means that these are fresh new recruits that haven't seen combat and aren't trained, and it's going to be an easy fight. So they're going to launch a massive offensive, which is exactly what they do, and it becomes to be known as the Battle of Sedge Prey. During this battle, Stubby is doing exactly what Stubby does. He's alerting for incoming artillery. If he's not doing that, he's hanging out with wounded men, trying to improve morale. The accounts vary, but at some point during this battle, Stubby takes shrapnel in his chest and his leg, either from a German
Stubby got injured. Stubby got a Purple Heart.
Grenade or from artillery. He is then rushed to the rear to the aid station by his guys, and they try to give him to the doctor, and presumably the doctor's like, major battle going on, kind of busy, don't have time to deal with the fucking dog right now. Not realizing that, yeah, he sees a dog, but these guys don't see a dog, they see one of them, and altercation
Yeah, they see a battle buddy.
The doctor winds up taking care of the dog. Stubby winds up getting the shrapnel removed, his wounds cleaned, and spends a month recuperating, and then returns back to the front lines with his men. By July 18th, the Allied forces go on the offensive. It is no longer stand in the trench, wait for the enemy to bum rush you, and shoot him down with a machine gun. It is now, we're getting out of the trench, and we're advancing towards the enemy. The Germans are retreating, so they're trying to get back there, cut them off, capture as many Germans as possible, and the fighting is no longer in trenches. A lot of it's out in the open. And while the 26th Infantry guys are doing that, Stubby is right there by him, and he figures out a new way that he can contribute. With the battle now out in the open, it's way more chaotic. If somebody gets wounded on the battlefield and can't move, it's hard to get them a medic, to get them off the battlefield to get medical care. So Stubby goes out and he finds wounded soldiers, knows where they are, and then takes off running, grabs the medics, and guides the medics back to wounded soldiers.
Stubby's a bro. Stubby's Doc. You don't shoot at Doc. That's a good way of getting. Well, they're not gonna be able to identify your body. That's a good way. There's not even gonna be dental records or fingerprints. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to identify your body. You're just gonna be a bloody mess on the ground.
To get these guys off the battlefield. Seeing and presumably understanding that the Germans were hurting all of his homies, Sergeant Stubby grew to really not like the Germans, and when the battle wasn't raging and he wasn't saving his guys, he was being on guard duty helping escort German prisoners from point A to point B. Eventually, for the first time in his life, they actually had to put him on a leash while he did it, because apparently, remember, Stubby knows how to march. He learned how to march with the boys back at Yale University. If the Germans weren't marching well enough, he would fucking bite them. Which, what an unfortunate situation to be in, right? Like, you just got your ass kicked on the battlefield, you might be wounded, you just got...
That's dangerous. I'm sorry. This dog's gonna bite you. The first reaction to most people, for a dog biting them, is to kick the dog off or hit the dog. And now you are risking hitting a dog while being a POW and Americans just pulling you out of formation and shooting you for hitting their dog. Yeah, that's not good for them.
Got captured by the enemy. Now they're marching you along, and there's this dog being a drill sergeant that bites you if you don't march in cadence with all your other wounded buddies. And the normal human reaction to a dog biting you is to like hit it and get it away from you. But also, it's the dog that belongs to all the dudes with guns that seemingly care a lot about this dog. So if I hit this dog, I'm probably gonna get shot. I guess you just gotta sit there and let the dog eat you. Anyways,
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, that's one of those. If I hit this dog, they're going to shoot me. And more than likely, because of who these people are, they're not going to just shoot you on the spot. They're going to drag you out of formation, put you on your knees, and be like, yeah, you're a casualty of war. Blam! Okay, cool. Next! You're going to be looking at a wall. That wall's going to be a tree.
He does that through the entire Allied offensive, and then eventually the 26th Infantry Division liberates a town called Chateau Thierry. While at Chateau Thierry, I would assume it's, you know, like you see in the movies. Everybody's celebrating, they're drinking, they're partying, they're having a good time. The Americans showed up and liberated us. The Germans are gone. We're free again. Hooray. And then the Germans decided to launch a gas attack, but Stubby was there to alert everybody. And
Tree won't be friend at that point.
saved a ton of people in this town, and because of that, the women of Chateau Thierry made Stubby a jacket to thank him, and that is the jacket that you see him wearing in almost every picture. From here, Stubby and the 26th Infantry Division partake in the St. Michael Offensive, and then they are in the Battle of the Meuse-Argonne, the last big battle of World War I. On September 26, 1918, the very first day of the Battle of the Meuse-Argonne, Stubby is going about his normal duties, doing Stubby stuff, when he notices a German. Now, to be fair, it's debated as to whether or not this German was in a German uniform or if he was in an Allied uniform, but everybody pretty much agrees this guy was a spy and Stubby found him. Personally, I like to think he was in an Allied uniform being extra sneaky, and Stubby just rolls up like, you don't smell like one of my boys.
You stink.
All right.
You smell like beef and cheese.
That's funny. I agree. I think that makes for a better story.
You don't smell like Santa.
At which point the German just knows he's cooked. Stubby then proceeds to bark, alerting the rest of the guys to this intruder, biting him in the ass and wrestling him to the ground and holding him until his guys can come capture him.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Stubby is also not a very big dog. He's a small terrier. Meaning that German was a bitch. And never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
I said, doggy, please don't
Good
bite me,
pupper,
dog.
yes, good pupper.
Turn around and jump over the fence. The dog grabbed my ass.
For this, he receives an honorary battlefield promotion to sergeant, and his sergeant stripes are stitched onto his jacket that was given to him by the women of Chateau Thierry. But it gets better because on the Spy, they found an Iron Cross, which is like the highest medal that you can get in the German military at this point in time. And under the rules of fucking finders keepers, that is now Sergeant Stubby's Iron Cross, which he then had mounted on his jacket in the very appropriate location.
It's right there. Right above his butthole. Right above where he takes a dump. I agree.
Of right below his ass. From here, Stubby continues to serve with his guys all through the Battle of the Meuse Argonne and all through the rest of World War I until Armistice Day when it comes to an end. When it was all said and done, Sergeant Stubby had been in combat for 18 months straight. He helped in 17 battles and 4 major offensives. And after the war, Sergeant Stubby became a celebrity. He was America's goodest boy. He led parades. He met 3 presidents. He met General Pershing, the American general that led all of World War I for the American side. And General Pershing gave him a gold medal, and the rumor is Pershing also made his promotion to sergeant official, but there's no documents of that actually surviving. But let's face it, if General Blackjack Pershing looks at you and says, you're a sergeant, you're a sergeant. I don't care if he signed the paperwork or not. Sergeant.
Yeah, that's true. That man, yeah. And he said, look at this goodest boy here. He's such a good boy.
Stubby and Conroy basically travel the country on this enormous PR tour where
Really,
he's given a ton
Charwin?
of different medals and awards from different humane societies and military organizations, all of which get donned on his jacket. And after the PR tour, Sergeant Conroy takes him back home where he gets to live happily ever after until finally passing away at the age of 10 in 1926. I don't know a lot, but
Sergeant Stubby was only a year old when he went into battle. Technically, he's one of the youngest soldiers on the battlefield. 7. Boss.
I do know it's a good thing for the enemy that Sergeant Stubby got a happy ending.
Oh, that sucks, Stormwind. That seriously sucks.
And now for my personal favorite, chips. So by World War II, as far as dogs goes, the American government had learned its lesson. Dogs are pretty fucking handy to have around and to give to the grunts, and they can do all kinds of stuff. So in World War II, they had a war dog program. Basically, the American government came out and just asked the civilian population for help. They're like, hey, we need dogs to go to war with. If you've got a good working dog that's like 1 or 2 years old, bring him in, get him checked out, and if he qualifies, you can donate him to the war effort. And one of the dogs that was volunteered for service was Chips, a Collie Husky German Shepherd mix. And he came
Collie Husky. Collie's pretty aggressive. Huskies are pretty aggressive. German Shepherds are practically, they're the number 1 that you go to for police is a German Shepherd. So you have a very aggressive dog. Oh, named Chips. Yep.
Came from Pleasantville, New York, from the Wren family. The Wren family had 2 young daughters and a brand new baby boy, John, and the 2-year-old Chips. And Chips was super protective of the kids. He was a great dog. He would also chase off the mailman every time he tried to deliver the mail. He was wound a little bit tight, but he was a puppy. He was everything the United States military was looking for. So the Wren family reluctantly...
He did his job. Because mailman's, you don't trust the mailman.
Offered him up for service. So in 1942, Chips gets sent off to Virginia to go through sentry dog training. Basically, he's going to be a guard dog for military bases overseas. He graduates from training, and then he gets assigned to a handler, a guy by the name of John Rowell. As far as being, you know, a sentry dog, a guard dog on a military base, not really what goes down.
Never trust the mailman.
And Private Rowell wind up getting attached to the 3rd Infantry Division as they're getting ready to make their amphibious landing into North Africa for Operation Torch. Yeah, Chips' first day on the job is to make an amphibious landing into combat in North Africa, literally the spearhead of the entire Allied forces. They make the amphibious landing, goes as good as it can. Obviously, the bullets and the explosions scare the shit out of him at first, but he gets used to it. They advance 300 yards inland, and then Private Raoul, Chips, and the rest of their platoon gets pinned down by an enemy machine gun nest with 2 machine guns in it. It is at this moment that Chips decides that he's going to do some gangster shit. He rips the leash out of Private Raoul's hands and runs straight towards the machine gun nest.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
Oh God, he's just winning. Oh God, Chips is Leroy. Chips is Leroy. He just ran into the... Stormwind, is that what you have to deal with D and I when we're playing stuff? Probably. More like, yeah, it is. It is. It really is. Leroy Jenkins is an icon, yes.
How he manages to not get shot, jumps into the enemy machine gun nest, and then within a couple of seconds, all of the machine gunning towards the men stops, so the men start advancing, and as they're advancing...
Listen, that first one, you left us unsupervised.
They hear gunshots and screaming going off inside the machine gun nests, and then everything gets quiet, and everybody's like, shit.
Hold on.
Shit. Advancing,
Let's go back.
And as they're advancing, they hear gunshots and screaming going off inside the machine gun nests, and then everything gets quiet, and everybody's like, shit, Chips just got killed.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Couple seconds after that, the screaming resumes as they see Chips dragging an Italian machine gunner out by his neck. Private Raoul calls Chips off.
God, this just gets worse, doesn't
Before
it?
he kills this guy, and then 3 more soldiers walk out with their hands up and surrender. From here, they take the enemy soldiers prisoner, then they go inside the machine gun nest to see what went down, and both machine guns are ripped off of their mounts. And Chips has burns on his face and mouth. Chips had went in there, fought 4 grown men, and ripped both the machine guns off their mounts so that the men could advance and get them.
So Chips is just a badass, and I will never be half the man that Chips is. That dog literally rushed a machine gun nest, ripped both machine guns off their turret, off their stands, and wrestled 4 men, and dragged one of those 4 men out by his neck. I'm less of a man than a dog. God. Chips is the man. Let's put it. Listen, Stormwind. You and I went for a walk. An enthusiastic walk through the neighbor's yard. Now, Laura, I know, right?
Despite being wounded, he stays in the fight all day long, and later that evening, on the very same day, 10 Italian soldiers are planning on launching an ambush on his platoon, but Chips manages to spot him, alert his men, and they get captured and taken as prisoners as well. And that's just the first day. Chips and the rest of the 3rd Infantry Division fight all the way through Morocco and Algeria, and once they capture those 2 countries, there's a little bit of a lull in the battle, at which point the platoon leader for Chips's platoon nominates him for the Distinguished Service Cross, the 2nd highest medal in the United States military, second only to the Medal of Honor. This gets kicked up the chain of command to Major General Leon Truscott, and he's like, all right, I don't know if I can give a dog the Distinguished Service Cross. We're going to give him a silver.
Absolutely, you can. Just saying.
Silver Star, and he approves it, and Chips is awarded a Silver Star. Not an honorary Silver Star, not a special award for dogs. Chips the dog is given a legitimate Silver Star. At which point, apparently General Eisenhower, you know, like the Allied Supreme Commander, the most important general for the Americans in World War II, wants to meet the only dog in American history that has a Silver Star, so he goes to meet Chips. And apparently nobody told Eisenhower that you're not supposed to try to pet sentry dogs because they're instructed to bite anybody that isn't their handler that tries to touch them. He nips Eisenhower on the hand. Luckily, Eisenhower's cool about it, and actually to this day at the Eisenhower Presidential Library, you can go there and schedule a time for your kids to take a 50-minute class on military working dogs that highlights Chips, and there's even a coloring page and a section in the course that highlights that time that he bit the future president on the hand.
Hun, I'm just gonna state, if we ever get to go there, we should do that for your boys. The same. Just remember, Darwin, Dean and I like to go for enthusiastic walks through the woods. Very enthusiastic walks.
What are you drawing?
It's just a goodbye card, that's all. It's sweet.
After that, the United States military...
I was going to say, so really quickly, we're going down the kit hole. It's Darwin. Harble and I, last Friday, during our date, our date night, we watched Hellsinger Bridge. So that's now fresh in my memory. We had a very fun time. And yes, we do need to do that. And yes. Oh, Z's not in here. Okay, cool. I can talk shit about him. Z is 100% the police girl. Because Z 100%. Like, as much as he annoys me, like, hey, let's play this. I'm like, blah, blah. Yeah, Z's the police girl. Or we can just have him just be Walter. He could be Walter. Actually, I'd prefer if Hero was Walter. If we do a reading and we can get Hero in, I'd rather Hero be Walter. If I'm going to be, Hero can be Walter and, Alexander. Yeah, as long as I'm, a la carte. Makes sense. Oh, I know. Oh, Hero would be an amazing Walter. He's got that cadence for it too. He's got that sass and that cadence. Anyways, sorry. Distraction.
Military is getting ready for the Casablanca conference where FDR, Winston Churchill, Eisenhower, all the bigwigs are going to meet in Casablanca. They're going to have a meeting, figure out how the rest of the war is going to go. Obviously, security is going to need to be pretty tight. They're going to want their best guys and their best dogs on the job. And there's only one dog in American history that's got a fucking Silver Star. So Chips goes to Casablanca to guard the president and all the other bigwigs. That goes pretty good, and then after that, they get shipped off to Sicily, and while they're on the ship, they are on the ship with 4 other war dogs. 2 of them are boys, and 1 of them's a girl named Menno. Okay, you gotta remember, Chips, he's a dog, but more importantly, he's a grunt. This dog is an infantryman that has been reincarnated into a canine, I'm absolutely positive.
No. That means he's a Marine. No. You don't call them Marines unless you want something dead, broken, or pregnant.
He's looking around like, I mean, we're not fighting, and I can't open a beer. There's only one thing left to do.
You'll find.
Chips isn't an army grunt.
So yeah, Minnow gets pregnant, has 9 puppies, 5 of which become unit mascots, and the other 4 follow in their parents' paw prints and become military working dogs. And Chips officially becomes the reason that, at least for a period of time, all female working dogs have to be spayed before getting deployed. So Minnow gets to take the rest of the war off. She's busy having kids.
Yes.
Chips, on the other hand, goes into combat in Sicily, where he fights in the Battle of Salerno. After that, he is officially awarded his Silver Star in the field, and all of the guys in his platoon are like, holy shit, that actually worked. We need to write him up for a Purple Heart too, because he got wounded getting burns on his mouth from those machine guns, so they also write him up for a Purple Heart. So the paperwork gets sent in, and some paper pusher at the award committee gets...
I'm going to state this again. You don't call a jarhead unless you want something dead, broken, or pregnant. Simple as that. Or all 3. Simple as that. I can state that. Because of my background. Listen. I only make fun of Marines because I'm a safe distance from any Marine. I would never say that to their face. I'm Air Force. We don't deal with Marines in conflict. We'll deal with Navy and Army. They're not. They may look threatening. One may look at you lustfully, but you know it's fine. We can deal with them. Marines, on the other hand, you just don't fuck with Marines, okay? You don't fuck with Marines, okay? Actually, one of my best friends. He was always great. He's like, oh yeah, you're a chair first. I'm like, yeah, whatever, fucking jarhead. He's like, what'd you say? I'm gotta go now.
It's so butthurt at the notion that they wanted to give a dog a Purple Heart guns, so they also write him up for a Purple Heart. So the paperwork gets sent in, and some paper pusher at the award committee gets so butthurt at the notion that they wanted to give a dog a Purple Heart, he decides he's not just gonna deny it, he's also gonna write a letter.
Oh my god, she's gonna have a bitch fit. Oh, better yet, I'm gonna write a letter.
So he writes a letter to FDR and the Department of War and basically throws a bitch fit that they gave this dog a Silver Star and now they want to give him a Purple Heart, and then leads a campaign to have Chips' Silver Star revoked. And
okay, sorry, you're a pencil pusher. You don't get to fucking bitch about shit. Sorry that the dog is a bigger man than you. Go fuck yourself. We already know that if you were around nowadays, you'd be sitting in the cuck chair while your wife gets banged by some black guy. Just saying. Sorry, was that sorry, that was mean of me.
unfortunately, he is successful. Chips is denied a Purple Heart, has his Silver Star revoked, and I think we'd all agree that this analyst from the award committee needs to find something better to do with his fucking time. I mean, seriously, if you want to be a Karen about everything, go be a president.
All right. Sorry. I get that way. Listen, I only get sassy with Marines that are my friends because I know they won't hurt me. If it's a random Marine, I won't. I'll play safe. I'll play it safe. He did. Oh, jeez.
At your local HOA, why would you take time out of your day during World War II when you're in charge of giving out Purple Hearts to try to revoke a medal from a dog who bum rushed?
Wait, CDR, are you Marine? You're a Marine. I'm not sorry. Listen, my chair is very comfy. Oh shit. But the Marines are out after me. It's not like I can hide. They're Marines. They'll find me. Unfortunately for myself.
An enemy machine gun position. Oh, well, he's a dog and awards should only be given to people. Fuck you. You know who thinks he deserved that award? All the men that didn't die from machine gun fire that recommended he get the award. Okay, who gives a shit if Chips is a dog? He did some gangster shit. He performed an act of valor. He earned the award. Give him the award. Just because he's got 4 legs and fur doesn't change the fact he did the thing to get the reward. give it to him. Okay, I understand it's probably very emasculating to have to go home after a long day of pushing papers around in the basement of the Pentagon and explain to your wife and her boyfriend that there's a dog over in Sicily that's got bigger balls.
Okay, Nick justified my joke. All right, Nick justified my joke. I forgot I made that joke, not even remembering that. Oh God, just the leg. Can you take the foot left foot? I drive with my right, but I'd rather you just take the right leg. It's really hard to relearn how to drive with the left. Shit. I don't want you to take my left leg, because that's a good leg. Alright, we're going to coin flip for it, CDR. And then we'll go from there, okay? Sound good? Sounds good.
In you that's also accomplished more in 2 years of his life than you have in your entire life as a grown-ass man. But that's just the way it works out sometimes. Quit being a bitch. Also, I'm calm. Okay, so Chips winds up fighting in frontline combat up until December of 1943. By January of 1944, he is taken away from frontline combat, given a new handler, and sent on prison guard duty. While there, he gets the nickname the One-Man Guard Company because apparently he could keep 60 dudes in check all by himself. And Chips performs that duty till the end of World War II, and before getting shipped back home to America, his platoon gives him an honorary theater ribbon with 8 battle stars for the 8 campaigns that he served in. Chips is then shipped back to Virginia, where he is given more training to help him readapt to civilian life, and then he is put on a train and shipped back to New York to the Wren family. The Wren family then meets the military escort at the train depot to pick up Chips, and little Johnny, who was only a baby when Chips was sent off to war, is now 4 years old. And can you imagine the excitement of a 4-year-old boy who has been told his entire life, you have a dog, buddy, but he's off at war fighting the bad guys right now, and he finally gets to come home and you meet him? I think I actually found a picture of it right here.
Okay, that is a cute picture. That is an adorable picture. And because they trained him to get back into, hey, you're going to be a pet again. You're not going to, you don't need to worry about a handler. You're going to be like guarding your family again. It allowed him to get back. Yeah, he's such a good pupper.
So little Johnny, at least at this moment, is probably the happiest boy on the planet. In addition to getting Chips, they got all of his discharge paperwork, and with that paperwork was a letter from Chips's last handler while he was in the military, and it reads as follows, and I quote, "We had quite a few nights on the same cot or bed or whatever we could get. He's the best friend I've ever had. No one in the world has a better dog than you." Also worth noting, his discharge paperwork, like his official discharge paperwork, refers to him as Mr. Chips, which I think is hilarious. The clerk at the Pentagon took one look at this dog's service record and put some respect on his name, and I appreciate it. Also, I know it's probably not true, but I like to think they gave him a full rundown of everything Chips did while he was in the military. Mr. Wren's sitting there like, okay, buddy, let's see what you've been up to. Okay, day 1, dragged a grown man out of a machine gun position by his neck, forcing him to surrender. Oh, okay, forced 3 more guys to surrender, suffered burns to his mouth after dismounting a machine gun by himself. Holy crap, this dog is awesome. Then proceeded to capture 10 more guys on the same day. Holy shit, honey, our dog is a superhero. For this, he was awarded the Silver Star, then had his Silver Star revoked, then he was the guard dog for FDR, then he bit General Eisenhower on the hand. What the fuck is happening right now? What did you do? Then on a boat to Sicily, he fathered 9 children and is formally the reason that all female working dogs have to get neutered. Sweetheart, Chips might be the man of the house now.
Sorry, if we ever have a dog, there's a war, and I get that rap sheet back, I'm just gonna look at you and be like, yeah, our dog's a bigger badass than me. Sorry. I guess I'm not the man of the house now. Guess none of us are the man of the house. He's the man of the house. Shit. All right. Fuck.
I'm gonna go mow the lawn. Wren family goes back.
Yeah, that's about where I'm going to be. Yep. There's yard work to be done. I guess that. All right. I gotta make sure the lawn's pristine for him to shit in.
Back home, Chips is home now, the family's reunited, and Chips is the best dog ever. And then one day, little Johnny, wanting to show off his war hero dog, decides to dress up in a little army uniform with a little belt and a little toy revolver and a hat, and he's strutting around town, and one of the neighbor kids comes running out of his house with a cap gun, pointing it at little Johnny right in front of Chips, pulling the trigger, and Chips sprints at this kid and rips the gun out of his hand, doesn't hurt the kid at all, just takes the gun away, scares the living shit out of this kid. He takes off crying, runs home to mom. The mom gets all pissed
Good dog. Good dog.
off, saying that Chips is a dangerous animal, but there was never any other sign of aggression that Chips showed towards anybody, and all he did was take the gun away. The kid wasn't hurt. On another occasion, later that summer, the family goes out to the beach. Obviously, they're bringing Chips with. He's part of the family, and little Johnny gets swept up in the current and pulled out farther than he's comfortable. Nobody noticed except for Chips, and Chips went out there, dragged him back onto the beach by his swim trunks, saving Johnny. And Chips and the Wren family got to live happily ever after. Unfortunately, ever after didn't last long enough. 7 months after being reunited with the Wren family, Chips would pass away from kidney failure and be privately buried by the family. And
That's sad. I'm sorry, that's sad. Oh, poor Chips. Granted, the kidney failure is probably from the burns and all the shit he had to deal with being in theater, you know.
that is the story of America's top dogs. Chips, the most decorated war dog in American history, and Sergeant Stubby, probably the most famous war dog in American history. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, maybe drink some Echelon, check out echelon.tv. Links for all that over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. If you want to read more about some animal war heroes from World War II, Robin Hutton has this book called War Animals, The Unsung Heroes of World War II. It's really good, just features a ton of different war animals in World War II. She also wrote an amazing book on Sergeant Reckless that I've already done a video on. And then Ann Bossum actually wrote a book on Sergeant Stubby. And if you have kids, there's an animated Sergeant Stubby movie that came out in 2018 that I watched with my boys a couple of nights ago. They really enjoyed it, and the movie is actually really good, so go check it out.
Yeah, I was wondering where those... I remembered him talking about that last time I watched this. I want to watch that. I think something I can watch one night later with people. So that was Nick's America's Top Dogs, everyone. Sergeant Stubby and Chips. Some of the goodest boys ever.
Don't forget.
We're not going to worry about that. All right, give me a second. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. I think they would too. I'll be right back though. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick.
Crimson will, he chose to rule, he chose to kill. Not born a savior, not clean, not kind, sharper than the chains of time. When heaven begged him to obey, he carved a bloody fucking way. Oh, tyrant, monster, prophet, king. What truth hides underneath your wing? If sacrifice is all they need, then let the vampires learn to play. They victus, let thunder cry for those who refuse to quietly die. Soul Reaver burns with spectral light, a hungry star in the endless night. The wheel turns on,
Oh, thanks, CDR. This is actually the last track I have for the album. I actually have to put the songs I need in the album. I just don't know how to do that yet. This is Soul Reaver. This is my song for the last song for the album I'm putting on. There's 11 tracks for it. It's this Sword and Shield and Stone, Common Ranger, Eudora, Ace of Ghosts, Red Flag Gold Chain, Echo, Immortal Wounds, Last Breath, and Still Breathing. No, wait. War Within, Still Breathing. That's it. War Within was the other one. On my Suno, the only two that aren't going on are Ashes Remember My Name and Ashes to Fire. Oh, do you guys still live playing some 11 or some 14? Okay. I'm not going to record this. I gotta see what Ocno did. So Ocno did something. So I sent celebs and billionaires friend requests. Let's see what he did here.
Nope.
Clue. Oh God. Not Nicolas Cage.
Oh no. Get out of here. This is Elon Musk. Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Oh jeez.
Every night. I can feel.
What the fuck, Ocno? Ocno, it was so great. Yeah, Jeff Bezos doesn't like us. I don't think my girlfriend can watch me watch another or play or watch another Mega Man for a little bit. And now after Monday, she was losing it as I was fighting Sigma. Or shit, can she? I don't know. Marble. What do you think? She yelled at me. She's like, not even 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You could have given me 5 fucking minutes before dealing with Sigma again. Actually, you know what? I want to see. Super Metroid. Super Fine Robots? No. Super Metroid. Super Metroid's probably one of my favorite games of all time. Do we not have anything newer? Yeah, no, like 80%. Wait, oh, that's 12 years. I don't. This has to be a task, right? 938. This has to be a task. Hold on. This has to be a task. That sag's gonna drive me insane. This has to be a task run. Yeah, this is a task run. This is a technical assistant. So this is essentially a computer that's reading the files as it's playing. Me, it's going to do some fuck shit to get this low. To get under 10 minutes, it's got to do some fuck shit. How does task break it now? Oh, holy shit. Cosmic, thank you for the raid. Cosmic, how are you doing? How's your stream? What were you doing today? We're getting closer to my end. I'm just watching random BS. What's up, Z Hunter? What are you doing? This is 100% a task run. Zayla, how have you not been following me? Hey, Zayla. It's okay. I don't know if I follow you on everything. Sounds good, Zayla. Thank you for the lurk and support. Hey, Rudy. Thanks for that. Oh, I mean, that makes sense, Sayla. Just for the 150 bits. Z Hunter. Yes, this is a JoJo reference. Yeah, like I said, we're watching. I love Super Metroid. I love watching speedruns of Super Metroid. So watching a task destroy it is funny. That makes sense. A cosmic. I do like heavy metal. Do you find a heavy metal sea shanty? Please share it. I need it. Sounds good, Zayla. Rudy, if you found a heavy metal sea shanty, I need it. Okay, so what fuck shit is Task going to do? You made. Oh, please share it. Please share it, Rudy. Very nice. I love that. So you have the cat. You have the cat ready. I don't even think the cat realizes that I stream. That's okay. I'm under Eustace's radar. Yeah, I'm not surprised about Jonathan Young doing that. He's known for that. So it goes the normal route of missile bomb, or morph missile bomb. Start a run on kick. What's up, Brewer? How are you doing? Me, one freaking nice, Rudy. Sounds good. I'll check them both out. We'll actually check them out after this. That's right, too soon. Okay, that happens. So it says reload. What does it do for the reload? So that's good. That's good to hear, Brewer. He does. I do like Jonathan Young. I've been following him for a while. So it reloads right as it saves here. Okay, so what does Task do to break this game in a way that you can't do normally? What did Task do here? This is Task fucking something up, code-wise. There it is. I was wondering. Yep. Trying to set memory to a certain value. This is what Task does. Task fucks shit up. it's been spamming missiles. Oh God. I love that, Rudy. I would. Yeah, I know, right? Seriously, how Tass likes to break things, it makes me go, how do I do this myself? How do I make a game where, like, if you don't know what you're doing, you break the game, or like you play the game normally, but if you can get it going, you can break the game ridiculously into a way that you can just... It's stuck against... Array has all... I don't know. That's a good question, Rudy. That's a very good question. Too dark. It's got all the upgrades, suit-wise and space jump and crew attack. I swapped over to X-ray specifically. Oh God! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Yeah, this can only be done in TAS. Because you have to go a specific route to X-ray. Yeah, you have to get the X-ray specifically. Wow, that's interesting. Dodos. Favorite video game enemy to kill? I go Mimi, or do I go like... It's kind of funny just because you made one for Keen, but it's technically Pirates, specifically Space Pirates, because I love Super Metroid. So technically it's Pirates. Space Pirates, but Pirates. Yeah, that's so... It's so funny watching speedruns. Like, especially task runs of this game. Task likes to break the game. So weird. But Pirates? No, Space Pirates. But Pirates are a second call. Hunter. They don't actually. They go around stealing and enslaving anyone that is not of their race. That's the best way to put it. But they're an amalgamate. They're the Covenant. That's the best way to put it. They're essentially like the Covenant from Halo. Rudy. All right. Before I go. Yeah, like that's the best way. Yeah, racial hate crimes. Perfectly. Perfect. Yes. Rudy. All right, let's check out Rudy's medal heavy metal sea shanty for Keen. We got Mavs as well. Also love the image.
Keen at the rail again. Salt in his teeth. Grin like a blade. Keen on the tide, keen on the storm, keen on the fools he likes to reform. He tips their hats, then robs their pride, laughs through the foam.
Oh, nice, Rudy. Yeah, that one was a good prompt. I'm not gonna lie.
Keen at the helm with a hook in his glove, spins every tale like a knife from above. He sees them bragging on a splintered dock, then he gives them a wink and he watches them talk. They boast, they bloast, till they clank their gold. Keen buys a silence with a grin, ice cold. He swaps their map for a kipper's bone. Now they're lost in a cove with a goal for a throne. Hear that laugh, that crack in the air. They think he's fair, but Keen is already there. One more step and the trapdoor sings. Quangos fall hard when the salt wind swings. Quangos sink in the foam. Quangos, Keen takes you home. Fight on the hook. Quangos, read the wrong book. Ha! Keen the hawk, Keen the shark. Keen leaves fools in the dark.
Hey, Daishi. Stream's going well. We're checking out Captain Rudy's stuff. Captain Rudy's song they put.
Right off the end, he swaps the barrels, he swaps the key, leaves them arguing in the spray and see. One says left and one says right. Keen's already gone with the supper that night. Hear that laugh, that crack in the air. They think he's fair, but Keen is already there. One more step and the trapdoor sings. Quangos fall hard when the salt wind swings. Quangos sink in the foam. Quangos, Keen takes you home. Fight on the hook. Quango, read the wrong book.
It definitely saw it's very metal, but it's got the shanty like styling of like how the lyrics work.
Now the sea goes black and the crows spin low. Keen lifts his cup to the ones too slow. If you speak too proud, if you grin too wide, he'll tie you to a rumor and the waves decide. Step, stop, now bow. Keen is the dread on the prow. Fool, learn how. Quangos get humbled now.
Yeah, the lyrical structure is set up for a sea shanty for sure. So.
Keen on the tide. Keen on the storm. Keen on the fools. He likes to reform. At dawn he leaves with a stolen tune and a crate full of teeth from the midnight moon. The Quangos wake to a rigging curse. Swallows boot, one lie and an empty purse. Keen tips his cap to the wrecked and bruised and throws them a joke they can never use. So if you wear boots on the wet deck planks, mind your mouth, made of mind your thing. Hear that laugh, that crack in the air. They think he's fair, but
That makes sense, Rudy.
one more step and the trapdoor sings. Quangos fall hard when the salt wind swings. Quangos sink in the foam. Quangos, Keen takes you home. Fight on the hook. Quangos, read the wrong book. Now haul the chain. Keen sails off again. Salt in his teeth. Grin like a
Yeah, shanties are weird. Really good though. Shanties are weird because if you don't do it right, it's going to sound like what the bass music is supposed to sound like. So if you want a shanty, but if you want a metal shanty, you have to downplay the instrumental and bring out the vocals more. Like correctly. Too much in one way, it becomes an acapella shanty. Too much in the other way, it becomes like just more of the genre that you're going with. So like finding that middle ground is so hard. So I mean, again, I'm not going to lie. Teams was amazing. Yeah, let's check out Mavs. Yeah, that's true.
Mavluck comes with black flag gleam, salt on steel and broken foam. The dodo flock won't make it home.
I'm just gonna say right now, the start of this is more shanty than Keens. Again, I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Man, you're bad." No, it was a good song. Keens is an amazing song. You did amazing with it. This one starts off more shanty, and if it goes more heavy metal, that's good. Like they're still good songs. I'm not gonna lie. I love how Mav's ship says hate crime.
Mavluck prowls on splintered planks, golden teeth and oil on hands. He laughs as the gulls all scatter fast past the mast and the ragged sand. He takes the horn with a crooked grin, marks his route where the bones begin. The dodos huddle by the reef, tiny feet in a thundering world of grief. Raise the anchor, lock the gate, hear that hammering in the wake. Dodo wings and pirate steel, tell me who survives this wheel. Mavluck, black tide, hard luck. Mavluck, no mercy in the cut. Dodo birds run, dodo birds flee. Mavluck sails on cruel and free. Row the dark sea.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Mavluck's decree. He boards at dusk with a thorny tune, skull carved knife and a crooked moon. The nest line shakes from stern to bow, feathers lift like a storm cloud now. He kicks through driftwood, stamps the clay, shouts at the flock to clear the way. But one small bird with a sideways stare leaves him choking on salt and air. Raise the anchor, lock the gate, hear that hammering in the wake. Dodo wings and pirate steel, tell me who survives this wheel. Mavluck, black tide, hard luck. Mavluck, no mercy in the cuts. Dodo birds run, dodo birds flee. Mavluck sails
At the end of the night is Daishi, for sure.
Then the sea took note of his name. 3 cold knocks and a sheet of rain. Mavluck stood, but the deck turned mean, and the flock flew past like a ghosted scene. He cursed the fog, he cursed the mast. His wicked grin was built to last. But every wave that bit his keel spoke the same hard iron seal. Now the harbor kids tell the tale of the pirate with the brass bow. when the thunder parts with a half-mad grin and a hard, hard heart. The dodos watched from the mangrove line, blinking once in the moonlit brine. And every crew that hears his cry keeps their hands on the iron tight. Raise the anchor, lock the gate, hear that hammering in the wake. Dodo wings and pirates.
Makes sense for math. Not gonna lie, that makes sense for math.
Black tide, hard luck. Mob luck. No mercy in the cut. Dodo birds run, dodo birds flee. Mob luck sails on, cruel and heave the rope and cut the gloom. Mob luck shadow
This
fills
is
the room. Salt on
very
steel
good.
and broken foam. The dodo flock won't make it home.
Oh yeah, both of those were amazing though, Rudy. I'm not gonna lie, both of them were amazing. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Both of those were amazing, Rudy. No matter how much we give you shit, both of those were amazing. Okay, that's not 'cause my brain's done, and I do still have the work in the morning. Not down. But all right, so kick YouTube, Rumble. I don't have people to run raid off to. Twitch though, we're gonna raid off to Colberg. Thank you. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're gonna raid off Colberg. He's doing his normal mouth for all of you. He does wrestling. He's an EFED owner. Same with my buddy Hero. They are both amazing people. So go check Colberg out. Go check out Hero when you get the chance. And I will be back on tomorrow where we will be doing some more reacts. I'm probably going to do some NTE tomorrow too. Or Mega Break. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. Of course that's come up. Anyways, thanks everyone for swinging by. I will catch you guys all later. No, I'll be thinking about Happy's size. Anyways, thanks everyone. I'll catch you guys all later. Until next time, take care.